right, we're doing it. Nick, we're doing it, man.
Doing it.
This is it.
Doing it and doing it well.
Welcome back to Winners Take Y'all. Another awesome episode. We've got Jeromy Buehl coming up. Part of that inaugural 1991 Peak antifreeze. Split fire. It was Peak antifreeze first.
But it was Peak. Yeah. I think they had split fire plugs. They used them like before they were on the bike.
You know, I bought that shit because I bought Peak antifreeze and split fire plugs. No doubt about it.
Put it straight in the S10. We weren't even playing.
Put them on my bikes.
And then you'd be like, man, I can feel the horsepower difference.
Man, I feel like Jeromy McGrath.
I put split fires in my Mustang GT. Thought my Fox body thought I was.
I'm getting better gas mileage.
Seriously,
nothing else.
That's
5 horsepower.
Only times I can ever point to something I directly saw it and bought it directly because of that. I don't really do that.
Surf detergent, probably.
I've never bought surf. Have you ever bought it?
Yeah.
Did not do it.
That's all I use because of Jeff Glass.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck?
Maybe Jeff wasn't that quite.
I just was like, they spend money on moto.
I'm cool with it too.
They probably didn't. They probably just like
one of those barely backdoor.
Wrapped it and handed him 10 boxes of surf. And
yeah, I met a guy at the AZ, the Verb race at Mesquite. It was Grayson Townsend's grandfather who owned like 16 Jack in the Box, and he's the one that negotiated the Mike LaRocco guy or Factory Connection deal.
It's
very nice gentleman that just one of those
sort of a ghost sponsorship.
Yeah, and it wasn't as much as you think. They were talking about the money. It was like $20,000.
It got on the bike.
It got everywhere. Are you kidding me?
Position, right?
He worked a drive-through on one of the. LaRocco or somebody worked a drive-through at one of the Motor Worlds because he had a bed or something, or Stanton did or something.
Hey, Jeff,
here's your burger, bitch.
That's what I picture.
I remember reading something back in the early '90s with Jeff Glass and the surf. I mean, he had the first big rig.
Yeah, I was
he had the first team box van with colors and like a team.
Everything matched.
We're talking late '80s, early '90s.
I saw something that said, or read something back then. They asked him how much he was making because of that, and it was like $400,000.
I would love to know that.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Because that'd
be a fun interview.
Because they were talking about it, they said he's making more than the factory riders.
Can you picture him at Southwick with all those colors?
Oh, it's so bright.
It was like a Buckley photo.
And all those clean-ass clothes.
White mullet hanging out that helmet, and then all the colors.
All I picture him is standing at the gate and doing a full front flip somersault. Do you remember that? There's a him. Something with the gate, and he flips and just lays over. Nobody goes. He's laying in the dirt at one of the Supercrosses. So, hey, we had quite the weekend. Nick does our press conferences for us every weekend. He and I will watch the race, and we're texting back and forth. I think you guys are all in the group text now where we kind of formulate questions. And at the very last minute...
That's mostly a collaboration of Nicholas and Kevin Kelly.
But I'm just before we go to break on Peacock, I see Cooper rocking this baby, and that's just... I mean, it was like one rock, and I'm like, whoa, what did I just see? So I'm like, Nick, you want to ask him what the hell he was doing rocking the baby? And
you know what?
He did a great job phrasing the question.
Okay, yes, the question was incredible.
So I will play the question.
But Ava told me that is a dance on TikTok. She goes, I think he's doing that because of this dance that's super popular.
I do not think that. I think he was. I'm your daddy as well. I think it was because they shoot each other.
It could have been.
You know, and the only reason I
the exact move.
Tend to agree with Kevin a little bit is because
they were back and forth talking about I got shot. I had to go to the hospital or whatever.
And back in the day, the Tour de France, sometimes one of those guys would dominate, and they'd come across the finish line and sit up on their bike and rock the baby.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, so let's play Nick's outstanding question. Here it goes.
Line, is generally finger banging over the finish line toward one another.
Finger banging.
And right on the coverage, right before I left, we saw a little rocking the baby gesture that you made. Is that something new? Is it a family thing, or is that a who's your daddy kind of gesture?
I had to switch it up, man. I got finger bangs, so you got to come up with something new, right? But I think at the end of the day,
classic.
There's tension and there's rivalry right now, but I do have a lot of respect for Chase and always have, and I think we're some of the best.
Hand gestures over the finish.
I will say this: to see Justin Cooper's Cheshire grin,
looking to the side, like, how you gonna handle this?
And Sexton was like, okay, all right, fair enough. Man.
Well, and when Coop said finger bang, you heard everybody that was there live.
Yeah, they laughed.
It was like a laugh track.
It was. Yeah. It sounded hilarious, man. We got a ton of comments all week long. Good. I got one guy texted me and said, hey, is Nick the one doing the comments about finger banging to Cooper Webb? Had me dying laughing. That was one of them. And then he said, hey, way to bring out the character in those guys is hilarious story. Like, you know,
that's what we try to do. That's what this show is all about. Like, it's not about your race or the weekend. It's all about your personality. And Coop's showing he's got an awesome personality.
Hey,
and he's an assassin.
He is. Well, that was a career. Like, they didn't say this, and this was kind of what I was going to say before we decided to go with the finger banging. But that was a career defining ride to me.
It's going to be viewed as that in history.
If you listen to that
time.
race, you would swear, if you just listen to Ricky, you're like, Coop must be 10 seconds behind.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening? What race are you watching? I'm texting Wygate and all. I'm like,
they're so focused on Chase.
Bro, Sexton is fast. I get it. But homeboy's in front of him. Like, and my son's like, oh, well, if he wouldn't have done this, I said, Casey, that's exactly why he pushed him to that point to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm so sick of hearing
speed will do. If you would get in front of him and you would beat him.
If you just go out front, you'd win.
If your aunt had a dick, it'd be your uncle.
Yeah, and again,
right? I mean, so
this is the beauty of Cooper Webb.
I have nothing against Sexton. I'm just like, if.
And Chase Sexton, before Jet and Eli got hurt, was still arguably the fastest guy on the track.
He always is.
He was with Tomac with.
However, Justin Cooper.
Holy shit, he's been great.
Have you ever seen anybody corner that fast?
No,
when he passed AP.
When he passed AP, he set that up 2 turns, and I posted about that on Twitter. There's a clip of him, that split lane turn that goes into the tabletop. If you go back and watch that, dude, when he makes the pass, he snatches the front end up. He basically manuals that tabletop. He lifts the front end up, and that's how he soaks and goes through it and drives through it. I was like,
and he drives on out to that outside turn,
and he carries it all the way around him. Dude, that was a 3-turn pass. That was a work of art. Like,
I rewound that 3 or 4 times, and I go, Rhett, get in here. You got to watch this, man, because it's rare to see somebody corner that fast, and man, he was deadly.
Another example of how
on the outside
freakish those guys are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that is
he's due for a win. I don't know how this guy hasn't won one yet. It's the whoops.
His day's coming though. That guy
Coop was jumping the whoops too, so I don't understand.
He'll probably be a beast outdoors.
Coop's that much better. Like, he is so good at jumping whoops.
Coop can also blitz though.
He can, but he's so good at recognizing it, and I love how Sexton went to it and he goes, "Oh shit, I can't do that. I'm going back to this," because he lost time.
I think Sexton panicked a little bit
because we've said this before.
He's used to catching.
I can catch you, and I can
catch you anytime you want to because I'm so fast. And he wasn't catching him, so he's like, shit, I got to try something different.
Race. What a good race.
Hey, how powerful does Sexton look when he's entering the turn, like the first zone of the turn? He's still standing. He hasn't sat down yet. He don't sit down until halfway through the turn.
It looks like a damn action figure,
robot.
like a video game.
He's such a powerful looking.
There's that one right-hander that led you back on the start that was deep and rutted, and dude, everybody's like coming out cross-rutted. He would come in like a robot,
and
like
he would hit
he'd be like, and it was just
that's the hell of it. Like
AI, okay, that's not real, dude. That's not freaking real.
No,
Cooper would go through that thing, hit it the front end, and bounce
out, and it was still about as
it's slower. It's got to be. And then
this robot
Sexton comes by and just like it's a road race.
All I know, this has to be the best championship season of all time. We say that a lot of times, but the most winners ever in the 250 class, and then this thing's going to the final.
Well, and Cooper,
both 250 classes are back. It's up for grabs.
People are so crazy that people are like, "Oh, it's over now." No, the hell, it's not.
Coop even said, "He goes, bro, you think getting second, I just coast that in? You don't think AP wants to make another $50,000 for his baby?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, get out of here.
You got to beat." You have to beat AP.
Justin Cooper has probably as much motivation as anybody.
Who's Malcolm?
Yeah,
Ken Roxon.
Ken
Roxon is incredible at the beginning of a race.
You're a bad start for being tied up all over again.
Yeah, right? You're getting 5th.
Yeah. I mean, now here we go again.
But the beauty of Cooper Webb is he may not be the fastest guy. I mean, that's part of what you were talking about, Ricky, describing this race. It's like, if you're blind, you're thinking Sexton's gone, right?
I think he won. He was the fastest guy. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't set the but racing and being a fast lap qualifier, like stuff, getting to a guy is one thing. You got to get a little bit faster and get around him. And he is a fantastic racer, and he's a savage on a microphone.
Also, I tell you, I'll tell you something else. When he finished that race, you're so used to seeing these guys now, like Chase and Jet and Eli, they're such cardiovascular freaks. Like they finished, they don't look like they're ridden. Freaking,
they both look.
Coop,
like it.
They were winded. Coop was like huffing and puffing, and he's like that was a wide open sprint for him for 26 laps.
Well, I think it would be for anybody to stay in front of Chase Sexton.
Oh, yeah.
He's just so fast.
Well, Chase was the fastest guy the first couple races before he ever got hurt.
I want to call somebody just out of the blue. This kid wants me to call him. He works for Verb. It's Crane.
Oh,
but he's got one bit of information that is epic
Pivotal.
about Cooper Webb.
We're
We're doing it. Hey, we're live right now.
Live.
We are on the show right now. So, hey, are you at liberty to tell that story about the Cooper Webb and Instagram thing? Can you say that, or is that something you'd rather not talk about?
I'm probably not at liberty to say any of that. That was between me, Wesley Williams.
Fair enough.
Jeff Emig was there, and Cooper Webb's former manager was there.
Awesome. Well, I was just going to give you some insight into how this guy finds little bits of motivation and has driven his career for years. And maybe after he retires, we'll circle back to this, and I'll have you on and let you talk about this epic story you told me a week ago.
I can give you a couple other insights, too, on what I saw him do his last amateur year.
His last amateur year. Let's hear it. To give you just a peek at what he was to become.
So, Cooper Webb, so he had the Red Bull deal his entire life. One of the first guys to ever get it.
Red Bull Jams as a 12-year-old. 65.
Yeah,
right?
all the way on. So we're at Minio. Yeah. So we're at Minio's. It's his last year. He's technically on a star bike with his MyPlash back at the time. But he's still got a Red Bull helmet on, which is really, really fun. And so the rumor had it, and I don't know any truth to this, rumor had it that he went to James's house and took a couple notes. So if you'll notice all of our footage, Vermoto's footage, you'll see Cooper jump on the back of like Shane McElrath's back fender and point his front fender just to touch it. Just enough to know that he's there.
We're talking in staging. Where are we
while
talking?
they're racing, riding?
No, while they're racing.
Rub fenders?
And then the rest of the year, Cooper Webb mysteriously started last after all of his amateur events. This includes Oak Hill, Mill Creek, Minio's, Loretta's. He started last accidentally and came to the front, versing guys like McElrath, Anthony Rodriguez at the time. But Cooper he learned how to party. And then that's what Coop does.
He gets in people's head. That's the long game. That is such a long game, getting into dudes' heads and mentally. I don't know how he knew he was that strong, but he has just grown that into something that is so wild. And the story you told me is crazy, which I can tell you guys off air, but it just makes it, you'll understand how gnarly he is.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew that he was that strong, but and we all know this doesn't work out for everybody, but whatever he was taught from whether it be Bob Webb or his mom being a gym teacher or James Stewart or just getting his ass whipped by AC his entire career, whatever it was, made that kid click, dude.
Yeah, what'd you think about this before? We've got another guest on a little bit, but like this past weekend's race, and especially you knowing Cooper Webb and you knowing what 3 titles mean, there's only been 6 guys that have ever won 3 titles, 6 ever. So, or 3 or more, which is pretty epic. Like, you know how important this is for his legacy. This kind of separates him from a lot of other guys.
So it's huge. So I'll tell you right now, in my fantasy, I put Cooper winning, but I didn't believe my fantasy, right?
Yeah.
So I betted that Cooper with 11 minutes to go got passed by Chase, and I betted with 6 minutes to go, Cooper somehow passed him back. I was wrong. Cooper led the whole thing front to back.
Yeah.
Gangster.
Yeah, you watch that race and dude, like he gets caught, okay, and then he just I don't know,
Motors
man.
back away.
He makes you go into an uncomfortable place, and he's comfortable just being in these dark, crazy, sketchy ass areas.
I'll tell you what. I've known Cooper like Wes and I, and well, I wasn't there, but Wes and our crew. We filmed his 8th grade graduation from middle school. I'll tell you, I've never seen him more fired up post press conference comment than I ever have. So I mean, honestly. I'm just saying, we've never seen a Nick Blackman ask Coop about finger banging before.
Do you think
maybe that's what led this to happen?
Maybe. Do you think that
has to be it?
We are responsible for these wins now at this point.
Yeah. Do you think that he learned that? You said it's the last year of his amateur career. How old would he have been then? So do you think
16-ish, 17?
So he probably learned that finger banging right about that same time.
It resonates with him.
Hey, Nick,
graduation.
First of all, it's an honor to get to talk to you like in real life. By the way, first of all, before we hang up, I love you.
Love you.
He's been wanting to say that.
Third person.
But dude, I think what it is, it's getting your ass whipped your whole life, man. It's just getting your ass kicked, dude. And then not having the program, and your parents insisting that you stay in school, and then having a film crew with us bunch of dorks filming your actual last day of school. I think that hits hard, man. And I think you want to win. I mean, no discredit to Jace Owen. who runs Lincoln Trail with the Vermoto 500 East. But like, I mean, Jay stole a championship from Cooper Webb that year.
Yeah.
When he was on 150. I mean, Cooper got his ass handed to him every which way, and no discredit to any of those guys, but one of them's announcing him, one of them's running our event. So.
But there's that
always
proves that Cooper has, and I know people use this too much, but Cooper has that dog in him.
Yeah.
Right? He's a dog.
my
He's
God,
got that dog
There's
in
some
him.
intangible things.
Because, well, this is the truth. Like you talk about getting his ass kicked. There are people that get their ass kicked and you never hear from them again. And then there's that guy in school that gets his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And then he gets his ass
Kevin
kicked again
Kelly,
tomorrow.
yeah, no,
and he gets
I know,
his ass kicked.
yeah.
He just shows up to get his ass kicked. He's like,
Hey, I'll say this.
eventually,
Chase-
He's not scared of it.
Chase
eventually,
Sexton
right?
got his ass kicked by Austin Fortner. I watched it for years. That was his AC to Cooper Webb. He got handled, and now he's
But
coming
Chase
his own.
also showed that he can run with Tomac at Chase's best, and at Tomac's
Absolutely.
whatever.
With
Chase is there.
Jetson, for sure.
And being either Chase's best or Tomac's whatever or Cooper's best, they all win championships. Unfortunately, right now Cooper's got more Supercross than all of them, and if he gets 3, he breaks Reed and Stewart's record, which is nuts.
Yeah, that's
so dumb.
especially for people to try to discredit him like they do. Because you think about, I mean,
He wasn't even mentioned. Like in the presser before the season started, they
He's
got
never
all the
been
other
mentioned.
guys.
That's his deal. That's his deal. He loves
Leave
that
Cooper
shit, dude.
out.
And you don't think he doesn't know that's bulletin board
That's
material?
the deal with Cooper. He's
I
low key.
watched, Kev, I told you this in the Delta Lounge, maybe 9 or 10, maybe even 11 vodka sodas deep. But when we talked about this, I watched Justin Cooper, like, straight up put it on Cooper in practice, like, a couple years ago. And Cooper's screaming. And, like, Hayden Deegan goes, man, like, is Cooper mad? And Cooper's mechanic, Austin Kent, at the time goes, no.
Yep.
That means Cooper's happy.
that is
Like,
so
likes
good.
getting
The
beat.
pain, just like give me a cold
I-
shower, whatever. Give me all the pain.
Yeah, I love the pain. I mean, and you think about, you have these people, and there was even some people that commented on our page going, oh, well,
If Tomac, if
well,
Dude,
Chase was,
stop that.
If those guys didn't get their ass whipped a bunch of times, then Cooper wouldn't be championship, but they did.
yeah,
It's
and
super-
Chase was arguably the fastest guy at the beginning of the year. Like
sure.
he won that one
Always
race,
is. Always is.
and he beat him straight up, straight speed. Now he was
Well,
winded.
we can go COVID year. If Coop didn't beef it at Dallas or Houston, whenever won on the Triple Crown, when he wadded his shit, and I had the pleasure of filming a very happy Cooper Webb who knew he just lost the championship in his ambulance. That was super nice. If Coop went on to win like most of the COVID rounds after that in Salt Lake, like
He
we
did.
can all say if that, dude, like if you want to copy that, like if that, Cooper's 3 already.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
and you got to line up to win. I mean,
Talk about Cooper day of when you are around that guy. Like I've learned, I ran across him at one of the races. I made one of my dumb comments, and dude, he looked right through me. Like, and any other time he would have laughed, and he gets it. Like we've cut up before, but dude, on race day, he is a different dude.
Guy.
He is locked in.
Oh yeah,
Bro, I'm lucky enough to get to film all the guys break, right?
Yep.
I've watched, and without saying names, Kenny, Marv, all those guys, Anderson, like, just not want me around. Cooper doesn't not want me around. I'm not there with him.
Yeah, you're just.
There's a
You're,
difference.
he can look right through you. He's in business
I'm
mode.
not there. Like, it's not a, hey, Crane, not right now. It's you don't exist to me.
Yeah,
And I've never seen anything like that. And, like, and to the point to when, speaking of that, like that Dallas crash that he had, and I went up to him and I said, hey, Coop, man, if you'd ever want me there, I don't want to be there. He goes, hey, I didn't even notice you. We're 2 guys doing our job.
Respect.
Which was like heartwarming to hear him say that, obviously months later. But he just, there's a difference. There's a difference between blocking people out and them not existing.
Hey, that's another dog statement right there, though, man. He's all business.
Yeah,
he doesn't care.
you got that dog?
Yeah, I mean, we were.
I mean, his dad texts me every Christmas and sends me a ridiculous photo of Cooper driving a Santa sleigh because Bob Webb's my boy. But I told his dad every year, and this is not me being biased. This is me being a friend and getting to watch a 50 rider win multiple championships. There's only one number 1 plate on my wall. That's Goops.
Yeah. I mean, it's been fun to watch, and I thought he had so much personality way back early on. And at Oak Hill, I go back to this story all the time. He comes off, he's in the B class, and Bob pulls me to the side. He goes, "Dude, he sucks at these." I'm like, he was kind of whatever. And after that, not that I had anything to do with it, but like he has always been like a great interview, a great guy for a comment, as evidence of Nick's question. Dude, this year he has been like he's been getting finger banged. He's been getting blasted. He's been at the hospital he got shot by Chase Sexton.
Supercross just got finger banged.
Whoa.
Man. I never thought. So I got a text about you, Nick. Happy to talk to you.
Yep.
Say, hey, did you see it? I was like, see what? And they're like, we're gonna take y'all. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And I go, and then Supercross posted it. I was like, oh shit. No,
I was like, what? They posted it. I did not expect that.
It's so good, man. But it is just a family affair, like you said. It's just Coop rocking his babies.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'll be honest with you, Jason. I'm here for all of it. If Sexton wants to shoot back at Coop, I love it because Coop goes, all right. What a rebound ride though to come back from getting. And Coop said it, he goes, and my kids are like, I want to hate Coop, but damn, dude, he's so real. He goes, yeah, I got my ass kicked. Totally, that dude beat my ass, and I came back and whooped his ass. It's a heavyweight battle, dude.
Yeah.
It is a heavyweight battle. And when we talk about like Sexton in his prime, like battling Tomac, battling Jet, doing these things.
Shit, he's in his prime now,
he's
dude.
battling Cooper now. Because Cooper steps it up, man. Like so that rivalry, and Cooper said it best. He goes, I think we're two of the best guys to ever do it in our generation. And that says a lot. And he's super right, because I can tell you right now, Cooper Webb does not go as fast as he goes unless he's in the points lead against Sexton.
Correct. No doubt about it.
Yeah, because he doesn't have to.
He doesn't have to. He's in a place like during the week,
which is brilliant. I mean, that's
the champion. That's the heart of a lion of a. It's the same thing with Chase Sexton. That's the same thing. You don't think that dude didn't get off that motorcycle and probably get on some damn road bike, and he probably rode all the way back home, like 5,000 miles back home. I mean, dudes are burly, man.
He's on his way to the next to Denver right now, man. He's
on a bicycle.
Through, he through Nevada.
Yeah, he's climbing one of those snowy mountains.
He just
with no helmet.
Jason Wygant. I know you don't trust his opinion, and you shouldn't for so many reasons. Good God,
what an awful human being.
I told Weege so when I saw what Cooper did that last year in amateurs, I told Weege, I said, hey, he might be the next best thing. And Weege,
oh no,
I mean, he said, and he should have said, he goes, it's too early to call that. And I go, I know it is, and I'm just me. I've only seen Justin Barcia, Anderson. I've only seen the other guys. I go, he has whatever that is. And Weege said it's too early to call. And Weege was right. But
you're on that train early, dog. Good for you.
Yeah. But I mean, I said the same thing about Gage Linville, and he did get a third too, but good for him.
I said the same thing about oh crap, what's the kid's name from Bakersfield? God, I felt so for sure. Jet Reynolds, man. Jet Reynolds had every accomplishment you could have on a Super Mini.
You don't call it that early, though. You call it his last year in A class. I know. When he starts in last and punks everybody.
Late B class and into A class. I get it. I've learned my lesson. But the dude had the pedigree of everything. He's won at a faster clip than anyone had ever won at Loretta's. He was on a pace to oust everybody.
And a cool name.
Jet with 2 T's? Come on.
And there was a chance, so if Jet and Ryder would have, and not the same.
And Carson Mumford. Come on.
But there was a point in time when the 450 champ could have been Jet, which it still might be, and the 250 champ could have been Ryder, which it still might be. That was pretty dope.
That would have been dope.
Also, I will say this: the last thing I'll say about the whole Cooper Webb thing is he kept the 17 tradition alive. You had Eli Tomac 17-1, Barcia 17-1.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Anderson 17-1, and then Cooper 17-1.
Love it.
And then,
dude, where are you at, Fowler's Facts?
The next guy to get 17 was Joey Savacci, and Zoe Savacci got pumped.
Oh, by Osborne. That's right.
By 16.
Okay, so then what about Hayden Deegan? Did he get to 17? We bring it back?
I mean, did he? Was he 17?
Right?
I don't know.
He was 138.
Well, he's won like 17. How many times has he won now? It's about to be his third one.
But his number was but his number wasn't 17
though. 1 and 17. I get it. I thought you were saying his age was 17.
No, they were.
They were
number 17. He went to number 1.
Yo, that's even wilder.
Yeah.
Damn.
That is so crazy.
So, Coop has something else. It's weird. I think it's because his ass whipped. I have a theory on ugly champions: Valentino Rossi, Daniel Ricciardo, Max Verstappen.
You mean ugly, like physically ugly dudes?
Yeah. When you don't get any,
I love that. You got to earn it. Like, what's his name from Cairoli? Might possibly be the Creed of all times. Like the front man for Creed. That is the ugliest singer. No, not Creed. Who's considered the ugliest singer in music? Who? No, not Seal. God dang, he's awesome. I just talked about Seal. I just did something. No, it's not Creed. God darn it. He's got blonde hair. Oh. Well, we'll go back to that. He has to try really hard.
Did he fight fires in South Georgia?
No, he's not a volunteer fireman.
Hey,
ugly champions.
Like, Verstappen probably, you're right, man. He probably had that chip on his shoulder because he's
ugly.
I mean, by comparison, you look at all the other guys that are like supermodels.
Yeah, even F1, like even the commentators, I'm like, Weed, you got to step your game up. These guys are incredibly beautiful. You're so ugly, Weed.
Athletes make champions, dude.
Ugly dudes make.
I'm telling you.
Okay, we're gonna.
Cooper had the problem. Cooper was a cute ass little kid.
Hey, does that still make Carmichael the GOAT?
Ass kicked. Go on.
Makes Carmichael even more fucking amazing. That dude's ugly as hell, and I love that guy.
As Carmichael's the GOAT of
seriously, no. Kyroli's the all-time ugliest human being to ever win.
Yes.
That dude's hideous. Nine time needs to go to the dentist 9 times. I'm gonna get beat up by that guy, and everybody sends me memes like, "Hey man, you look like this guy." I'm like, "Fuck you, dude." Seriously,
hey, Kevin, hey, that's super. I would never send that to you. I will tell that public on a podcast that you look exactly like him. I would never send that to you, dude.
You're a dick.
Yeah, send it to you is all purposeful and like personal.
Hey, what I will do is I'll send you some videos of Cooper Webb at Oak Hill doing the freaking starting last accidentally on a concrete start and then crossing the finish line 1 corner to go with his arms up like he's just like he's the Hulk.
Maybe that's why I suck so bad on a dirt bike.
You're just gorgeous. You're too pretty to win, baby.
Dude. Bro, if my number plate said sugar balls, dude, like, yeah, I'm definitely taking last. My number plate said crane, not took last. My number said sugar balls, they wouldn't even finish.
Sugar balls, yeah. You're just over there banging out like he's up at what do we call them, the hookups,
the RV hookups. You know they're cheap there, man. They're like $30. You get an RV
track
hookup.
Snacks, dude. Track snacks.
No, Nick thinks when he went to a race for the first time, it said RV hookups like $10. I'm in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
$10 to hook up in an RV.
Dude, he broke his checkbook immediately.
Yeah,
dude.
Every one of them. I'll take 1 through 50. Thank you.
I forgot my wallet at the last qualifier at Chicone, and I had to cold call like 4 RVs to
get hooked up.
Just trying to hook up.
Can I cash app you?
Yeah. Just to get
brothers. Well, man, this has been fun. I will send you a couple Oak Hill videos for your producer.
Yep.
Cooper's the man. Call me biased, and it's
That's
funny.
fair. No, you own it though.
The only weekends I bet against him is the weekends he's lost. So whatever.
See, don't challenge that dude.
Yeah.
God almighty.
You do not want to challenge him.
Damn, and you know what?
By the way, guys, stay tuned. I don't know when this comes out. Stay tuned for the Pulp Max LCQ Challenge. It's a dope ass race that Verb Moto covers live.
Yep.
We get to get Wes and I and Chase and a group of other like dorks get to pretend like we don't make a live show. We try really hard at it. Thankfully, we got to test it on Kevin over at World Mini.
Yep.
And make all of our F ups there. Please tune in. It is going to be awesome. I actually have to get on a flight in about an hour and a half to head there.
Friday, right?
And before that, I got to feed my kitty cat. So
cool.
All right, buddy. Well, enjoy the new. Your chick's making some money now. We're living in where you at, Hermosa or Huntington?
Hermosa Beach. We're in the good HB. Just paying rent for a living, man. Y'all get it, dude. One of these days.
Yep.
$3,000 a month, baby. That'll get you what? How far are you from the beach for $3,000?
I am far enough to see Dennis Rodman do meth, as you said in your last podcast.
Yes, just roller skating up down.
Freaking hard.
And then wedding dress and just roller skating up down the beach.
Awesome. That's what $3,000 will do for 800 square feet.
We only blade in April, dude. Blades are for April. So.
All right, buddy. Have a safe travels, and we'll watch that privateer race, man. I love what you guys do. Friday, right?
You guys. Thanks. Bye, John. Good to hear from you.
Thanks, buddy. Love you.
Love you too.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, we sat in the Delta Lounge. Let me just tell you. So after the Verb race, he hits me up. He goes, "Hey man, you going to the whatever?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Can you get me into the lounge?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got some passes or whatever." So he gets in there, and our last round of drinks, the lady goes, "This is your last round, right?" I'm like, "We were here for 3 hours. I don't know what to tell you. We had 12 rounds, 12 drinks, whatever.
Yeah,
they're tiny little. Let's be
only
real.
4 per hour.
Yes, it's four tiny ones per hour. But it was cool. He would go up and get my drink. He would go get his, and then they would say, "You can't get one drink, but I'll have it waiting for him." So I just walk straight up. 10 seconds after he gets there, and my drink's already ready. Pretty sweet. Crane's good people, man. He's funny and he's very insightful. I wanted him to tell that story, but we'll get to it whenever he gets the green light from Coop once he retires.
We do our last show if he hadn't retired yet. We just
go finger bang everybody. Everybody's getting it. I guess we should try to call Jeromy Buehl. Do you know anything about that guy?
Yeah, he raced dirt bikes.
Hell yeah, he did. Jump in here, man. Jake, you can jump in with us too. Jake, now our part-time host. Now he's.
Yep.
You don't get benefits, so don't get all excited, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have
no vision, no dental, none of that bullshit, dude.
Fun yet? It's good to be back though. Had a little weekend off.
Hey, yeah, you can talk about some potential sponsors that we have kind of in the pipeline. We can just say hello to them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're ramping up and kind of getting things going. We got some big events coming up. So Phoenix Handlebars, Jason Gerald's really stepped up, done a lot. If you guys haven't tried those bars, check it out. There's a bunch of different things you can do. Customize them. He even has he has a remastered bend. So if you've tried them and you want to try something new, they're even better.
What about a Brock Glover bend? Kind of swoop them back a little bit. I want to try that.
He does want to do something vintage.
Oh, wow.
He said that. So yeah, I think that he's
Bob Hanna bend.
I just don't know, and he wants to do a mini bar. He just doesn't know kind of where to start.
A mini bar.
Yeah.
Well, we got a mini bar right here. He's got the Fireball out right now. Break it out, John. Fill them up.
We also got some artists that we're gonna start that are gonna support the show and help out the raffle. We're gonna do it at Two Stroke Time Machine. So Richard Hart and Tim Glasspool, we have some cool things in the works with them.
Yeah, Richard Hart. You showed me some of the stuff. I didn't know he was in charge of that stuff. I can't remember who I showed. I'm like, dude, this stuff's so bitchin'. Like for your man cave, for your whatever. It's really Art Deco-y. Race posters or whatever, which we'll highlight some of those here. So Richard Hart does beautiful work, and I follow him, and I love his time-lapse drawings of charcoal. It looks like
he'll
or lead.
Take you through it.
Yeah, each little step.
Progression steps. Yeah.
I'm a dork anyway. I'll be honest with you. Here's what I go to bed with, and I'm not kidding. I watch Bob Ross at night. Takes me to sleep. I grew up on Bob Ross. I lived it live. And I will watch that dude. I'm like, oh, Christina, what's he got going on tonight? Oh, Bobby's doing it. I call him Bobby. I'm like, Bobby, talk to me, Bobby. Oh, Bobby's about to put a big ass tree right in the middle. Oh, Bobby, what are you doing, dude?
So that's what gets you in the mood for your moto.
And then I break out my big tree. I said, look, I'm about to blind you with this big tree.
Throw some shade down now.
I got a little Klondike brown for you. What does he call it? Magic white? I got some magic white for you.
If you look hard enough, now there's a theory that all those landscapes he painted.
Oh, I saw that. They take you through a journey. Have you seen him?
He's a serial killer. That's where he buried people. That's where they're finding bodies everywhere he buried people.
It's like the Zodiac.
And these most beautiful places. He's been to every beautiful place and murdered people there. But hey, have you seen these?
It's easy to lure somebody to a really.
Hey, look at
place.
this beautiful meadow. Look at that. Oh, and he kills you with it.
You can't lure somebody
to stone.
Luring somebody under
Lake
a bridge
Lanier
sucks. Yeah.
Right.
So, if you're like,
here's a beautiful meadow with a beautiful sunset
with a tree
right about here in your neck is where that tree is. I saw a video of all his paintings together. It's like you're flying through heaven, because you just fly through all these paintings. It's pretty gnarly.
And now it's all different because there are dead people there.
That died. Every person there. Wow.
Moment of silence
for all the dead people, all the victims of Bob Ross paintings.
Yep.
Also,
happy little trees, happy little victims.
Sponsor, we have to give them a proper shout out.
We're gonna stab you around the neck for a little bit.
Yeah, happy little neck stabs here.
So we got Premier Vapor Blasting. He's been with us for the last 7 years. So
yeah, he did my bike. He did my 89. All my stuff that survived my paint, that survived my fire. It's like the only thing that survived was my bike.
Which is ironic.
And some dirt bike stuff, which I hate telling my wife that. She lost everything. And I kept all of my motocross memorabilia.
Thank God we kept my bikes okay.
Thank God I had a massive vault built that was fireproof that would just fit an 89 125 and 4,000 magazine. And not a single photo ever.
Yeah,
nothing, just dirt bike stuff.
Was preserved. That's what we're about.
She's never put that together. Like, we've never talked about, man, you got a lot of shelves of stuff here. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have anything. Like, literally. She has no photo, not a piece of paper.
Don't mention it to her. I wouldn't bring it up. I wouldn't bring it up. Listen, at that point,
weird
it's
how
easy.
that all made it.
It's like if you got a lot of money, like you think your wife loves you until you win the lottery.
Have you push play on that again? We lost our screensaver.
My bad.
We're pros, dude.
You think your wife loves you until she can get about a $10 million divorce signing bonus for being single.
Whoa!
And then you really find out. You know what I mean? Like if you hit the lottery,
guessed,
and she would be like, I can stay with you, and we have whatever $100 million, or I can dump your ass
Hell
and
yeah.
have 50.
I'm out.
So,
I'm dumping you.
And so your wife's already in that position because she's like, look, I got no memories to tie me to you. I've got no
Yeah.
physical evidence. It all burned up in the fire.
Correct.
So-
and we don't even have kids together.
So
I don't need you anymore, dude.
I wouldn't buy any lottery tickets if you want to stay married.
Damn.
If you hit it, she's out.
Oh my God, we're done, dude.
It's like, I got good news. We won the lottery. She's like,
Bob Ross. This is a beautiful meadow, and I die right there in this meadow with Bob Ross and her.
Hey,
she rides out with Bob Ross.
yeah, she starts packing
I'm
like
a happy
immediately.
little-
You're like, we won the lottery.
And there's Bob right
we're
there.
not moving right away. She's like, bitch, you're not moving right away. I'm out here.
I'm out. What's Bob Ross doing in our bed? Ah! Damn, Bobby.
Yeah.
Damn, Bobby. The timing of that song.
So
Nick, your question, dude. Well done. Like Nick asked the question, and then he texted me. He goes, "Yeah, man, blah blah. We got the question in. Whatever." I'm like, "Oh, that's great," because I'm at the fire station doing whatever.
you're thinking I ask a normal question.
Yeah, like I mean, you said something about finger banging. I'm like, sure, like whatever.
'Cause that's all of our
No, there's
conversations.
there's no way you would actually ask some dumb question, but you got it in there in such a way where it was well done.
You know, I changed it the last second. I had a regular question all teed up, and then I was like, fuck that. Let's go with this.
Let's
Make it
go,
more fun.
dude. You
was
won.
late.
You like.
I was up late. I'm getting in what I want.
As you should, dude.
I didn't even. I thought you guys were just off the rails, and I was like, I'm going to bed. Like it's been a long
Jake
night.
gets so much dumb shit from us on a group text
It did.
all
It
the
started
time.
blowing up.
That
And I was
when
hearing it from
something
other
for
people.
real happens, he doesn't even think
Right.
it's
Oh
anything.
yeah, it's
because
another.
it's
Oh
the same
yeah.
old-
Yeah, I was like,
Stupid. Like
This
if
is
you
after
guys
hours.
had access to our group text, that's
not
really the
disturb.
funniest.
We would get fired. We would never work. We'd never obviously run for any type of public office.
I think I've already ruined my chances for any kind of public
I mean, you
office.
teed him up. I think Cooper was waiting on someone to ask that question. So
Gotta love it.
well done.
The fact that he just kind of doesn't shy away from it. Like everybody else is like, oh my God. Like, dude, that's why people
Yeah.
love that guy.
Because he completely embraced it. He was
Yes.
boom
Yeah.
right there with it. That was awesome.
And
And
it's so mental, and that's I think always his. That's always his go-to at doing his championship time. He's gonna do what he did to Ken Roczen. How many
6 other
times?
people have done what he's about to do.
yeah.
Filippo, Dungy, Hannah, MC.
And you got to take him
Tomac.
to win the championship. I mean, what's his worst finish this year?
I mean, what do they call him? He's a trash man, dude. He can clean things up whenever it gets
Just
sideways.
think how much
Yeah.
That win is
crazy-
so big for him now. He can kind of I'm not saying second's easy, but like, dude,
He's got momentum.
He ain't got to win. Like Chase
And-
has to win and needs some help.
Listen,
And let's be honest,
Who
when
knows?
Chase's back's up against the wall, things happen.
and he is
He
poor.
might lay it down, but he might throw
just
it away.
annihilate them too. He might go.
Yeah.
He might win out, and that's unfortunately not going to be enough right now.
Yeah.
And I love this whole championship picture, the way it's worked out with the 250s, the
19
East and
winners
West.
between 250, 450 this year.
Out of
Is that
control.
that's a record in
Out of
history,
control.
right?
Yeah.
And I like,
Unbelievable.
listen, I like Jet Lawrence just fine. Like I like the guy. You know, he's never been on our show, but I've listened to shows he's on. I like the guy just fine. I hope wish him well. I hope he gets better. I hope he comes back because he makes everything more interesting. But when people start talking about the greatest of all time talk and this kind of stuff, which if he does it, great. I hope he does. But you got to line up to race. You know what I mean? Like,
Reedy always said that you got to be in it to win it.
yeah.
There is something to that.
Yeah.
And like for Coop to take on, he squared off with Tomac. He squared off with Jet. He's squared off with Chase. Like that's kind of awesome to kind of spread it out and like whoever I'll take all takers. It's pretty awesome.
Well,
Anderson.
and, hey, who says he can't win another one?
Shit, I'm not going to bet against the dude.
I mean,
know
the
what I mean?
confidence is the all-time high for him. He said in that he answered your question by saying, "We are the best to do it of our generation." That is a statement.
it's a bold
I mean,
statement.
you know, this
He's not worried about
in this
anybody.
sport, you're a couple of injuries away from a little less competition. You know what I mean? Your chances go up. This, you know, I was thinking about this the other day, and we were talking about Verstappen earlier, Formula One driver who's
You really
won
think
like
he's
5.
ugly? He ain't ugly.
No, he's not bad. I'd hit it. So we were, you know, the first time I got my wife to watch Formula One, she's like, "Why are they all good looking?" And I was like, "I don't know. They're all rich too." She's like, "Damn, I like this sport." So now she's all into Formula One.
We're going to Milan
It
next
is
year.
very glamorous. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's so glamorous.
MotoGP even.
But-
is
For sure.
pretty.
But that's why
fabulous.
it's better than motocross only on glamour. Like our racing kicks its ass.
Dude, there's certain tracks at F1. If you get the start or qualify for it, it is all but over. It's
Listen,
done.
I wish
Monaco, it's over. You cannot pass on that track.
I wish I could get like a movie role that really hit, and I was like the most famous person ever, because I would bring motocross along for the ride.
God, what's
Like
his name?
Because that's what F1 has. It has like we
have the best.
We need Tom Cruise to be at a Supercross. We need Brad Pitt. We need
think about
hot ass women.
I know,
you know what I mean. Like
think about the stories we have in our sport. Like Formula One, like you said, F1. They're all rich as shit. So their stories are like, I was born in a small 1,000-acre preserve in the south side of whatever
vineyard.
Right.
Okay, well, what about freaking Shane McElrath? I was born in South Carolina and North Carolina, blah, blah, blah. Their stories are, everybody's story so damn good. We're not rich. Yeah. We barely make it. Cooper Webb's, they had to
and there's got to be something.
How
even like NASCAR now, like to be NASCAR,
early on. There's a program, there's a pathway.
Well, even Formula One, like,
we're starting that with the puppy mill thing.
All the
training camps, trying.
Yeah, but just think about that. Even like most of our best riders don't come out of a puppy mill,
and that's what I love.
I love the grit of that.
The Dungey can arrive as a professional.
He never went to a training camp
and win a C-class title and come out like Jeremy McGrath can still exist somewhere and be a C-class champion in Loretta's and come back and
Jet Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence, they weren't at MTF.
Yeah. Right.
No.
Yeah.
Coop was at MTF. Tomac was not anywhere. Nope.
Yeah.
Tomac's a genetic freak, though. When you think about
his father said, "We're going to the tallest, pointiest mountain at 90,000 million
and
feet.
you're going to be born there." Like they drove his pregnant mother up there,
and we will
in
have
a van.
A Sherpa
like
delivered her with O2.
Like the Reeds right now, like they're going to Loretta Lynn qualifier after all that just went down. Like they are a committed family.
Well, they were
that would change everything.
They were at Day in the Dirt, and watching them just as fans. All five of them were sitting over there to our left. I'm like, dude, you guys are in it. Like I respect that because I'm such a dork. I love it so much that I'm that same way. Yeah.
I so hate that I was under the weather there because I missed being in there with them the whole time. That's when I was all
2 hours of them just cheering, watching all their buddies, and Nick's pulling a Robbie on us. It was a natural Robbie though, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that's when you had to forfeit the Coupe de Gras, right?
Yeah, I was fucking hurt, son. I didn't recover like a week after that. That was a bad week.
You're still beautiful though, man.
Thanks. I made up for it. Hey,
I'm still
that's
beautiful.
why when we went to
all you ugly motherfuckers, suck it. Look at this face. Suck it.
It was just temporary.
All this,
yeah, still happens, bro.
But if that's why
what
we
kind
went
of skin
to
cream you use, dude? What are we doing?
Beef tallow. I use beef tallow. I
literally
use the angle the way it.
Do you eat the beef when you're done with it? Like meats, it's like a steak, and you just rub it.
I don't have to use
a
a towel to wipe my hands off. I just lick them clean. But it's really
so. See, he is so
kind of like a rub.
Yeah,
green. Like he rubs that steak. They got the pickles.
I use
or
it
whatever,
all.
cucumbers, and then he throws that steak on his face for 3 hours. Cooks on his face because he's so fucking hot. Medium well, bitches.
Skiing, and then that kind of seals the deal. It like masks.
If you're so hot, you can cook a steak on your face. Like get out of here, you asshole.
If you beef fat and stretching is the key to staying young.
Beef fat.
Yeah, you just rub
and
beef
semen.
I use beef fat on my face.
Where do you get beef fat?
All right.
From beef.
Do you eat the beef?
Yeah, from
and then
steak.
you eat the fat.
You know how when you eat a steak, like if you have to reheat a steak, so when I eat I cook a ribeye and I'm damn good at it. Cook it on the green egg. You've had one of my steaks.
You damn right.
Fucking good. So, but when you reheat it, the fat is the best part when you're eating it when it's
warm. Is it the semen that you drizzle on top?
Yeah, so I shower it with little millions of mini-me's.
So it's so delicious.
So, but the fat doesn't reheat that well the next day.
Sure.
And that you can use for face lotion.
Sure.
Right? And then...
Look at that glow, dude. He's 82 years old. He was born in the 1930s.
Yeah.
You would never know it.
Correct. Yeah.
Still pounding out motos.
112.
And moto moms.
Yeah, you're pounding out 5 classes at last 7 mix race.
You're a bad dude.
That was coming back from my...
He just got back from skiing. How many times in a calendar year have you been to Colorado?
I've been twice this month.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's incredible.
I
think they're throwback photos. No, it's current. Like he's really there right now. Like this week, I was like, oh.
I'm like, oh yeah. He was just like, yeah, we were there on the mountain yesterday. I'm like, well, you're here now. Like, how does that? Are you bending time? Like, he's fucking Matrix
most
here.
people like soak
this
that
dude's
up
over here on Moguls right now.
Yeah,
he's literally on Moguls while he's talking to me.
I'm not much more than 24 hours off of A Basin. They closed at 4:00 yesterday.
This dude won't say no, man. And I preach this like, dude, I'll get a friend that, hey, Nick, you want to? Yeah, I'll get on a spaceship and whatever. I don't get one that'll do whatever.
Hey,
He'll not say no.
We
You
only
and
go
John
around this
are
thing one
about
time, man.
I agree, man. I love it.
If there's something you want to do it.
Let it rip.
Provided
it doesn't
ruin your marriage.
I knew where that was going.
Other than that,
Let
pretty
her
much
rip,
everything
dude.
you want to
If
do.
she's on board, like Steph's in it. She's awesome. She's
Yeah,
she's
she
a new
knows
person
everything.
too, man. I've enjoyed to circle back to this whole show. Like this whole show, I think has stepped our friendship up 47. Like we're as close as we can be now. Like our show we were buddies, you know, leading up to this. But man, it's been so good. And I told John, I said, man, it's so cool to find friends this late in life because, I mean, age 50 something, you're who you're going to be, and
what
with
your
the
dad
people.
was. You're like my dad. My dad didn't.
Oh, I'm gonna go meet some new friends, Kevin.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm like, what?
He
are
might
you
have hung out with
talking
some people he hunted with or whatever. You know what I mean? But it wasn't.
Yeah, he never like, well, I want to expand my horizons. No, you don't, dude.
But you know what? The difference between being in your 50s now and your 50s 30 years ago, 20 years ago is so different. And because there's so many opportunities. But hey, it's just like I was talking to my buddy that went to Colorado with me. He's a stick and ball guy. Like he knows.
I know.
He knows everybody that got drafted. He knows
Correct.
what school that he knows the whole thing. Like he has to watch the NFL draft. And,
I watched all of it.
Yeah,
all
and
the rounds.
But he still is a supercross. Like he likes motocross.
Lee, right?
He's never ridden a dirt bike, whatever. But we were watching. We were in Colorado the night before last. We were watching that Stewart 27, the Malcolm.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were watching that on Netflix, and even he brought up. He's like, man, how is like. In the 80s, the guys, everybody retired by the time they were 22, 23, 24,
25 was like, RJ, oh, you're so old.
Yeah. And he's like, now you got these guys that are winning championships that are 30, 31, 32.
Keith Turpin retired at 22, first year in 250 class, out.
And now, but it's just like.
Now they're but I equate it to, we lived this long.
Yeah.
Now we live that long.
Correct.
So
And
22 is now here. 20, you know what I mean?
Well,
It's
just
all
think how
stretched
fewer
out.
people-
You don't see a 16-year-old come out swinging typically anymore.
Yeah, not-
There's
the
a
Trey
Jet
Kennards are
and a
every now and
Deegan,
again.
but not
Yeah,
anymore.
there's no
dude, for a while.
rush either,
Well,
which
Like
is
Cooper
cool.
was kind of the mold, and he was like, what, 21
Justin
when he
Cooper?
got going? Yeah,
Correct.
Justin Cooper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he won College Boy at 19. I
And I
believe.
think
Levi
that is-
Kitchen, same thing.
Right.
Well, cardiovascular wise, you're
You're not the man you need to be.
you peak cardiovascular like 31, 32, right? That's why the Tour de France winners are usually 30,
Yeah,
31 years
seasoned,
old.
yeah.
And so now we've got the nutrition, we've got the training, and that boils over into jackasses like me. You know what I mean? Like we laugh and I say that vanity has paid off to some degree because
You took care of yourself.
I'm still able to do things. I got a guy that works with me the same age, and he got pissed at me today because he was going to the doctor. He had his cardiology appointment. I'm also the bad guy. Like,
You got the heart of a 79-year-old.
well, Kevin's brother Kyle always tells me, he's like,
Got a monster
you're
can.
a little bit like.
I don't think that's open. I think it was
Oh,
closed.
it's close.
Yeah, okay.
I just had to set up the decorations so I wasn't drinking. But Kyle always makes fun of me and says, you're kind of like Larry David. Like you say shit that nobody else is going to say. And they don't necessarily always want to hear. And
I wouldn't name that kid that.
yeah, but I'm not trying to be mean. But so
it.
he,
Dude.
you know, this guy's
Big Larry David.
overweight and smokes and
I love you enough to say it.
and he's bitching about his doctor, right? He's like, well, he never fucking walks more than from here to the car. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's, and he's like, my doctor. He said, I'm going to get in that doctor's ass. This medicine. And he's like, I'm going to tell him this. That. And he goes, man, he don't give a shit. He's just trying to do this. And I looked at him and I said, hey, man, I'm not trying to be a dick, but
Here we go. Buckle up.
if you don't give a shit about you, why should that guy give a shit about you? You're just paying him. I said, if been telling you to lose
and you're
weight
not
for
doing the stuff he's telling you to do.
8 years, he's been telling you to lose weight and quit smoking, and you've gained weight and smoked more, then why should he give a damn what? Like he's like, all
Dude,
right,
my primary,
whatever.
my,
You know what I
my
mean? He's-
pediatrician fucking smoked. He looked like smoking while I'm in there. I remember going, Dr. Royer. I'm like, whoa, this dude smokes, and he's telling me how to eat and live. But that was 1979.
Well, I had a doctor.
My mom smoked on a plane all the way to Disney World with us in there too. So.
I had a couple of years I missed, like going to get a checkup and physical and stuff because the primary that I had was about 5'6", 350 fucking pounds, And I'd go in there and he'd be like, "Man, you look good. Just keep doing what you're doing." I'm like, "Well, fuck, I could have done that at home." You know what I mean? I didn't have to.
My wife says that, player.
Yeah,
Thanks
I was
a lot.
like, "Shit, I could have done that at the house and saved my copay."
Hey, so if you're wondering where John is, like, this is a special time for John. I lived it, and we've got another one where Caleb's graduating this year.
So we
My
got
son-
to put John out today. He's outside in the backyard. We wouldn't let him in. We're at his house.
He's like in the window, like, his nipples like,
Jake. Yeah, he's kind of. You know, he
had to go to a graduation, or not a graduation, but his daughter's, it's her senior year, so she's got some stuff going on. Literally, they live right up the road from the school, so he's over there taking care of business, man, doing what he should do, getting in the mix with his, and dude, it's coming. Bro, you got, how old's your child?
He'll be 3 next month. It's
Guess
coming,
what?
dude? Yeah.
You got 15 Christmases, 15.
I know.
15 summers.
Happens fast, just like everybody told me. It happens fast.
It goes
it's
faster
happening.
and faster. And
Now he's on
He's
a stay
three?
stick.
Well, did you
Dude,
get about-
He was riding the stay stick yesterday, so he wants to race this in a couple weeks. I'm
Hey.
like, dude, this is crazy. So yeah,
And that might keep
Exponentially.
you closer because otherwise you got about 10, 11 Christmases where he gives a shit about you.
yeah,
You know
I
what
hope, man.
They get
I
like
hope,
13,
yeah.
14, 15. They got their own shit going
Yeah.
on.
I just don't want him to hate me. I don't want him to
Anyway.
turn 18 and just be dying to never talk to me again. So
Just
we'll
slow
see.
up on the beatings a little bit. He won't hate you. Yeah. They lock him in a closet shit.
Yeah, but there's that
I
fine.
don't think mom's gonna let that
There's a
happen,
balancing act too of like he's gonna not like you a lot. There's a lot of times where that dude ain't gonna like it. He's gonna dig you until you're 13. 13 to 18 is the 5 hardest years for me. The mental side of parenting was like, you're gonna have to hate me because I'm taking that shit away from you. I can't, with good conscience, not say what I need to say and do what I need to do.
Well, it's because when you're like 13 to 21, you're the smartest you're ever
you're
going to be in your
invincible,
life
yeah.
because you know everything.
And then guess what?
Like-
You have a kid, and like my son has a kid. He has a 2-month-old child now, and he's like, "Whoa, how did y'all?" It's coming full circle, and the respect. They'll come back. Like
I tell my kid all the time, I'm like, you, because he's 25, and I'm still like, you still think you know shit. Like when I was younger, like
I still don't know shit.
I thought that I was really smart from 15 to 25, and I've been getting dumber every day since because I realized that I don't know anything. And I said, as soon as you start looking at life from the point of that you're a dumbass,
that you can learn,
things
pay
start
attention.
getting better,
Every
right?
day you can
Right,
learn something,
man. Surround yourself with smart people and just like kind
Yeah,
of look.
but that's what I get back to.
This
Like,
is who I surround myself with. This idiot.
yeah, that's what we're surrounded with. King of the dipshits.
We're screwed. That's what I said. I'm king of the dipshits. That's what we
So
got. Me, you, and John.
I think that you're able to just do things longer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people, man. They're like, and they probably own one dirt bike, and they're like, yeah, no dirt bike. You know, my knee, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, no, you get fucked up because you quit doing things. Like you get old, you know, you can't
Yep.
do things anymore because you quit doing things.
Yeah.
The body in motion stays in motion.
I get scared though. Like my brother's had a rough year. Like so, a rough calendar year. He had the heart attack, and that kind of refocused him to get back in, shape and all that stuff. And then he wanted to ride, so he joined that troll training. So he's got Will Hahn. He's like on this. He's lost a lot of weight. He goes, I just want to be able to ride for 20 minutes and have fun and not be scared of what I'm doing. And he's very close to doing that. And he went to the area qualifier. He's had groin issues at certain races where he couldn't move. Like he's had all this stuff, just trying to be healthy.
He's had growing insecurities, Kevin.
Is that what it is? A little.
You shouldn't be picking it. Let me tell you.
Stunting.
I'm gonna interject with a Kelly household story that I remember when it was so funny when I was young. Or Kevin and them were young too. We were all young at the same time. So Kyle is 5 years younger than you.
Mm-hmm.
5 years younger than. So Kyle, at some point, when you're like you go do when you're 11 or 12 or 13, however, and you want to start, you're ready for puberty because you're older brothers, and you know what I mean. And Kyle asked Kevin,
When
"How
do you know?
How do you know when you're through puberty?" And Kevin said, "When hair grows all the way up to the top of your thing, like
It never
when you-
grows.
All the way up the shaft.
all the way, like as soon as the whole
See,
thing."
serious?
all the way to the top.
Hey, how's it going down there? He goes, not good, man.
I got a way to go.
He's like,
I just got the roots
17.
laid.
He's like,
It's bullshit, man. Ain't nobody got that.
I got a couple down there.
I don't know, man.
I bet you didn't think I remembered that story.
That's
did
a
you?
great story. I got a weeping willow, bro. It's coming out of the top of just like a volcano. That's so good.
He told him that shit was going to look like a Russian arm or
I
something.
can't believe he would listen to me. I mean, listen to me now. All I do is spew nonsense. Like I get paid. I guess I don't know.
He still questions. Sometimes he's like, I'm not sure that I'm through with puberty. It's still all the
I don't know, it's about that far up. I don't know how to fix that, but
Just think if it did grow all the way to the top, you would never get laid. Like you'd pull that thing out and the girl would be like
a wet Saint Bernard. Like, what do we do with this thing?
You're not sticking that Brillo pad in.
Yeah. What in the hell is that? Is that a brush? Is that your wife's brush? Like, what is that thing? Is that your dog
It's
brush?
all sticking together everywhere.
All the kids at school call you Sasquatch.
You don't even get. Oh, it's cute. It's like, oh
No,
what?
man, it
Put
is
it
not
up.
cute. That's nasty. All right, let's give this.
Hey, let me
Yeah,
tell you how I
Gary,
know
I'm
everybody
excited about this
listens gay, because there's nobody that didn't picture that when I said it. They didn't picture a penis with hair growing all the way to the top.
Like a weeping willow. Come on, man. All right, all three of you guys are involved in this interview. You ready?
Ready.
If it'll work.
I think I need more.
And we're going to do 90 stories. That's what we want, 90 stories.
Yes. I don't think that's
Okay.
good. Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, man.
Can you hear us?
Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. Yeah, I got you.
All right, we got Jeromy Buehl here on Winners Take Y'all. Jeremy McGrath and you guys y'all squared off out in that little desert track. Like, what was the tension like? I know we saw Cooper Webb and Chase Sexton, and there must have been a lot of tension that day.
Yeah, that was an interesting day. That was actually at his parents' house with a supercross track, like right behind it. So
you just broke into his dad's land.
pretty much, yeah.
It's so funny when you
land.
look at that. I watched that video today, and that track.
It's a free country, man.
It's a free country.
It's great acting, by the way. I hope
Yeah.
you got your SAG card for that.
Got an Academy Award.
Yeah, that was great. That took like forever to film just that little clip, because we did laps and we were trying to, the stage that we were passing. So it was an all day affair.
Isn't that funny?
Endura.
And when you watch it, you're like, there's no way this took that long.
I was going to ask you, how much Endura did you drink before you rode that day?
All of it.
Oh, it was so bad. I can remember my dad like forcing me to drink it one day, and I was like, "Oh my god, Dad, I can't finish it. Just do
Dad,
it,
I
son."
can't do it. And he said, God damn it, the
Showtime, Skip, let's
Jeremys
go.
did it.
All the Jeremys did it.
All the Jeremys did it. You better drink up.
Hey, you guys kind of got a common link. Jake is from up in the Michigan area, and the tough racing thing is kind of speaks to you, right, Jake?
It does, yeah. 95 or 96 is when I started, and then I met up with old Dave Analock and the Tough Racing Boys. So District 17 is kind of when I started in 96, and I want to say that would have been the year you were with Tough, right, or around that time.
I think so.
Yeah, 96. It was myself and Jimmy Gaddis.
Yep, Jimmy
So we were-
Gaddis.
Yep. And
That
then,
was a solid team that year. And then I want to say, did you stay on the Honda, or did you
I
make
did.
another move in Arena Cross after that?
Let's see here. Yeah, 96, and then 97 and 98. That's when he switched to Honda, and then I
Okay.
went to Yamaha, and then back to Honda. So yeah, it was.
And those are
I
sweet
kind of did
deals,
my
right?
own thing.
The whole Arena Cross thing, that was a pretty sweet deal. Like, you were probably making decent money racing those. I think they were pretty
Probably
big
more
at
than
the
you
time.
ever made before. I read here
Probably
70,
more than
80 grand.
Supercross maybe
Yeah,
at
because
that
he
point.
barely made anything then because you got hurt.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a blessing, to be honest with you. It was an opportunity that we could go out, have fun, and, it wasn't a full factory traditional ride like we would think about it, but there's a ton of money to be made each weekend, and with 2 main events, 2 nights, and Dash for Cash, and
Yeah. Mad Mike Jones,
was-
you could
it was
even do
good.
a Superman seat grab if you wanted to back then. Make a little extra.
I
dough.
know. Exactly. You could.
The funny thing about that is, back at that time, like, I saw you on television more than I saw McGrath and them, because the coverage for Supercross sucked. But Arena Cross was on every week.
That's true.
It was on a
Yeah.
lot. Like, we got to watch you guys race a lot compared to the Supercross, because you didn't ever know. when
Yeah,
it was
what
coming on or
TV
whatever.
it was going to be on 46. It was kind of bounced around in the 90s.
That was PJ1 still, right? At that point, mid 90s? PJ1 Arena Cross? Was that before the kicker ball?
Oh, yeah, kicker was way
Yeah, it was
after that.
definitely PJ1. Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah, I mean, my kid did a great job, but I mean, he built that series up and kind of, put the sponsors together. He had a year-end, championship, and we always had a great banquet. We went skiing afterwards. I mean, it was low key and fun.
I worked for Mike at Buehl Arena Cross. I did some Buehl Arena Crosses in 05, 06, and yeah, same thing, man. He did a great job organizing it and kind of like he went heads up with AMA series. Like we had everybody. We had Darcy Lange and Tyler Bowers, all the boys. It was a good one. So that is an underrated form of racing, in my opinion. Like, you know, you may poo-poo it or whatever. Like those dudes, you guys are A, making money, and B, the racing, a runaway win is like 3 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. I remember when we were in Sacramento, or it was Cow Palace, San Francisco area, and it was an off weekend for Supercross, and a bunch of guys showed up, and we just waxed them, and it was great because you could just tell that they were thinking, oh, we got these guys. So
sure.
It was fun, but it's a different form of racing, you know. I mean, you got to be ready for it. You got to be on your toes from the gate drop to the checkered flag.
Yeah, I'll say arena cross whoops are as gnarly as they get. They come right out there like, oh, we're going to, like Anaheim 1, we're going to ease in the whoops. Nah, player.
I used to watch and think, how stiff did y'all have to set an arena cross bike up? Like that thing had to be super, because everything was super peaky. Everything was straight up and down, and then you had giant whoops.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty similar to a Supercross setting, to be honest with you. I mean, so yeah, that's pretty much what we ran. I mean, it's but you're right. The whoops were gnarly because there wasn't, Supercross
no way to
had
separate
more lanes. Yeah, exactly. More lanes, more obstacles, those types of things, and now we're down to what, 9 whoops in Supercross?
Correct. Regulated 9 whoops.
We're waiting on AI to determine at the end of the season if the 9 is perfect,
if it worked or not. All right, so let me go ahead and reset who we have here. Jeromy Buehl. If you're a student of the sport, some of you gentlemen that are in the 250 class can thank this guy for allowing you to still be in that 250 class for like 900 million years. And no disrespect, I think if you can make a living riding a dirt bike and not get pointed out, because, dude, I point to you all the time. You got pointed out so damn early. What, a year in and some change, like year 3, you're done, dude.
Yeah. Well, the thing that killed me was because I rode East Coast in 90, so you would get advancement points for your qualifier and for your heat race.
Oh, shit.
So
I didn't know that.
Then if you went to the West Coast to ride some 250 Supercross,
you got those as well?
Try one out. So check this out. Let's say you got 8th in your heat race, and you were the first Pro-Am licensed person, you would get 5 points because you were the first Pro-Am. Mm-hmm. And let's say you went back out in your semi and you got 6th, and you were the first Pro-Am guy, you got 5 more points. Let's say you went out the last chance and you got 2nd, and first Pro-Am guy, so you get 20 points in a night. And I did that 2 or 3 times, especially in 91, and that did not help me.
That's like 3 or 4 rounds of races right there. And
exactly.
Dang, dude.
So,
we're going to punish this. How about this? We got this new points thing figured out. Well, we're going to punish you for doing really well.
If you ever do anything, just stay low. Don't go anywhere.
If you race and help our show, we're going to see what we can do to punish you.
It's like riders play the system now, but back then it's like you had to race, had to do your best every time. So and what's crazy is that the injury level seems not as high even now as it is now, where, I mean, the pressure's still on them, but I would just think that the injury level would be even higher back then with what's at stake.
Well, the biggest bummer was I think in 92, I had 3 points before I pointed out. So I pointed out in like the first race. And then I went to Atlanta and broke my wrist like the 3rd race in, and I was out. It was like a 4.5 month recovery. So that was like, it was a tough time for me recovering from that, trying to maybe come back a little sooner than I wanted to, just because I felt like I needed to get back on the bike and, prove that my speed was still there to have a shot at getting a 250 ride. So,
yeah. And let's reset and tell you what 1992 looked like in terms of rides. There were not any. There were Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha. There were no satellite deals. There was no Phoenix Hondas. There was nothing.
Yeah, if you were a Big Four, you were a privateer.
And those Big Fours were not. They kind of trimmed them down. 87 Suzuki team had 37 guys. And then after that, they kind of chilled out and everything kind of squeezed in. It was like 1 or 2 guys. It was Lamson, McGrath, whatever. It was a tough time to be awesome. Like, you would have had dude. If you would have been you right now, you would have gotten hurt. Whatever, you would have jumped on a whatever team. You would have jumped back into another team. You would have found a home. You wouldn't have pointed out, so that never would have been an issue to begin with. Like, what coulda, woulda, shoulda, I know, but like, damn, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you made a great point. I was kind of thinking about, today, like what questions may come up, and I was thinking back in the day, I mean, most factory teams had for sure 250 guys.
Yep.
Some of them had 3. And then they for sure had 125 guy, with the exception of Suzuki, and they usually had a couple. I mean, I can remember Honda. I don't even think they fielded a 125 team. It was all 250 teams. So it's just a testament of how far our sport has grown over the years, which is awesome for, the young guys nowadays, that you can go out there and make a living and do well and have good bikes and a semi and all the things that are usual and customary this day, and go out and have fun. And it wasn't that way back then. If you weren't on one of those teams, you could have factory support, but you were out.
Wow.
So
how the hell do you get
difference.
Mitch his attention? You're from Ohio. Like, you're not out in California doing what you should be doing to try to get somebody's attention. Like, I know you had a mechanic or whatever that kind of got you the ride, but like, take us through that whole process, because that's a very elite team for Mitch to find you out of Ohio. Makes no sense.
Well, my mechanic at the time, Wyatt Seals, he knew Mitch, and obviously I rode the 1990 season, so I got 3rd in the East Coast Supercross. And so I had some results, and I think that,
Okay, I'm an idiot.
those couple things came together. But, the big thing was in 89, I rode Loretta Lynn's.
Yeah,
and then I went out
take
and
me
rode
through
the
89
last.
that leads you to 3rd in Supercross in the back of your truck or whatever. So 89 Loretta Lynn's.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Loretta's. I actually don't remember how I did. I think it was top 3, top 4. I was right up in there. And then
damn, you got 3rd your first year of Supercross?
In 90.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
but
you were
in 90. Okay.
I know, but you were at Loretta's in 89. Let's go to Supercross. Let's get 3rd.
Third on Loretta's to 3rd in the pros.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, that was the kind of the thing. I mean, I turned 16 that year, and you could get your pro card when you were 16. So
and
I
your
was
driver's
trying to set
license, and you're in 11th grade.
Yeah,
Sure,
and
You were
that
itching.
stuff.
Yeah, you were ready.
So, but anyways, I went to Millville, and I think I finished like top 20. I mean, I did okay, but I learned a ton. And I went to Budds Creek. I got a great start, and I got 2 7ths for 7th overall in outdoors. It was like my 3rd race in, and I was like, all right, this is awesome. So,
And there were some
that
dudes on
kinda
the line for that. Man,
Yeah,
there were
that
some dudes
kind
on the line.
of gave me, an opportunity to get on the Team Suzuki that year. And I wasn't full factory that year, but I had everything they did. It was more of a factory support, and I ended up 3rd overall. And Stevenson won, and I think actually Jonesy got 2nd, or no, Volan got 2nd. So in 90.
Okay.
All right, so Mitch comes calling after your mechanic Wyatt says, or your buddy Wyatt or mechanic, I guess, and then what? So you're like, all right, so what do you even make of this team? Like, all right, we're gonna wear like uniforms, we're a baseball team, like, because it was so new. I remember experiencing it right along with you. I'm like, dude, this looks NASCAR-y. I like it. It's all uniform.
Sweet
They got
one
3
first
box
year,
fans.
so
It's
you're feeling
cool.
good.
Right on.
Probably feeling confident.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely exciting and new, obviously groundbreaking for our sport. I mean, we didn't have any, Peak Antifreeze or Makita. It was pretty much all industry sponsors or manufacturers. So I think there's an element of it that was new, exciting. Everything was exciting. I mean, I can remember, we had just different sponsors each weekend. We would go to Hooters. We would go to Hendricks Motorsports. We go to different spots. And but I think there was, Mitch, he wants to win, and he has a desire to win, and he wants to make everything the best that he can. And we spent a lot of time testing with Honda and with Mitch and just trying to get everything right. So that first year would be an amazing success. And we did have great successes that year. So this is a funny story. So Mitch says, "Yeah, I want you to come out and do testing. I want you to be out here on such and such a date, meet me in Simi Valley at the Honda test track. I was like, okay.
Yeah, we got the internet. I got GPS. I'll see you there. I got my cell phone. I'll call
I've
you.
never been to the Honda test track. So I go out to Simi Valley. I check into this hotel, and I call Mitch. I'm like, hey, where am I going? He's like, dude, it's been raining. We postponed the test for like 3 days.
Cool.
So he sent me a taxi clear up there to get me and bring me back down to the shop in Anaheim. It was like $150. It was crazy. So, but we had a lot of good times.
Yeah, what was Mitch like? Do you think he's? I mean, obviously he's kind of chilled out now, but like you saw that desire early on. Like this dude has something different. He's put together this wacky team, and we all dress the same, and it's kind of cool. Like, I mean, obviously the results are there pretty early on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I just think he really wanted to do everything that he could in his power to remove all obstacles to give us an opportunity to win. And if that meant staying up and at that time grinding some more, porting some more cylinders or decking some more heads or whatever that meant, he was willing to put in the extra effort so that we did not have any excuses whatsoever.
Did you ever do any cylinders or anything while you were there? I did. I walked in and he let me grind on some random dude's cylinder. I felt so bad. He goes, yeah, you want to do it? I took pictures of it. I'm this poor schmucks guy. This bike is going to suck.
Yeah, I did not do that. Maybe at Bobby Bars I did a couple, but not there.
There you go. Little East Coast thing.
So, yeah, little East Coast thing. So, awesome.
Well, so after your injury and all that stuff, you get on the F&S deal, and you're like, okay, I got to find my way here. Do I want to ride dirt bikes? I know you did some plumbing, and like I love when people do things they don't want to do. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you didn't want to do that, and you decided I want to do some more dirt biking. That's when your most lucrative years were after the plumber years.
They kind of were. I mean, I had some good years there on the peak thing, but then I, had some injuries and I just got frustrated. Back to your point, there was only so many rides available.
No kidding.
So you could imagine like somebody that maybe finished 9th or 10th overall for the Supercross season could be one spot off from a factory 250 ride. Nowadays, top 15, 16.
Everybody has a ride.
Exactly. I mean, our local guy, Jeromy Hand,
yes,
he rides here locally where we are. And I mean, he's making some mains, and I don't know. It's just a different time. So yeah, I think I was just, a lot of folks, racers that you see, they have poured their whole lives into riding from a very young age, from 50s, 60s.
Yep.
And that's been their dream, to get there. And when things start to kind of unravel a little bit, I just kind of backed away. And I thought, I'm just ready to do something different. And so I did some plumbing for a while. And then through that process, I felt like, I still have that desire to do motorcycles. And it kind of came back in a fresh and a new way with Arena Cross. So
that was a great way to say you didn't spend all your dad's money. Like, because I see dudes that are just still squeezing their dad's wallet for all. They're like 28 years old in a fun mover, zigzagging all. I'm like, dude, you're not making mains. Like, you got to do what we all have. We all want to do something in our sport.
Yeah,
but sometimes you got to go. All right, man, it's just not there.
Yeah, but you can see people hold on too long, and
that's what I'm saying.
And it's not just motocross, but sports. Especially cars are probably way worse than motorcycles. But even with baseball and football, I see these guys that.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend that was a kicker that his dad drove him all over the country to like walk on kicking things for NFL, and you never had. You know what I mean? Like if they wanted you, they'd call you.
Yep.
And so you can break the bank, like it's like putting a kid in rehab,
Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never thought.
But it's awesome for somebody like you to make it work.
Well, and I think back to your point, you talked about Arena Cross earlier. I mean, that was kind of the initial prime years that Mike Kidd kind of
made it happen.
Stepped it up a couple more notches, and I think it attracted obviously a lot of folks with Denny and Buddy and myself and
Yep.
Mike Jones and
Jeff Whittle rings a
so
bell.
that made it
Patterson.
fun too.
Whitley.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Whitley, Pedersen, Goodman was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Mad Mike Jones.
Mad Mike Jones, Cliff Palmer
Yeah.
was another one out of Oklahoma. I haven't heard from Cliff in a while, but Clifford out of Dontain.
Yeah, the
was
flying
doing-
Flying Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Flying Hawaiian.
He used to come to Byron.
I
all
think
the
he got
time.
a cocaine charge. I think some things went sideways for a minute, but I think he sorted some stuff out.
That was before it was legal.
Right. Yeah. Now,
That was before cocaine was legal.
so Jake, do you have a question for one of our listeners? One of our two listeners?
Yeah, I just wanted to take it back a couple of years. Sorry, we kind of fast forward to Ring Across, but so
You're good.
I just want to, I'm kind of looking through the vault here, and it looks like you really kind of caught your stride in '91. In Daytona, you got a second, which is, man, you had to be happy with that ride. So can we kind of talk about '91? You got Daytona, and then you rattled off a win, which is crazy because at that point it was Daytona, then you went to Hangtown, then you went to St. Petersburg. So,
Which is
and you got
nuts.
a win there. So you went 2 at Daytona, 2-12 at Hangtown, to a win at St. Petersburg, a 4th at Pontiac, and then you won 2 in a row, Pontiac 2 and Charlotte. So, man, talk about kind of catching your stride in '91 and what it takes to get to that level, because people are always
Dude,
like,
yeah, let me
searching
just
for that
say,
one.
if those results right now, that's good enough for 4 years of BS. Like, you can, that'll get you a ride for, you can just
ride that
coast,
wave.
dude.
yeah,
I'm
you
not
proved
saying
you can win multiple times.
that will, you can brop and just like a 500, you give it a little gas, it goes brop, and it will go for so damn long.
Yeah,
and those results will do that
Yeah.
for you.
Not to take anything away from you. There's podiums and there's
No,
top
that's
fives
gnarly,
after that.
man.
But
That-
still,
they-
it's like,
but-
dude, you really you hammered those off. So how did you get, was there something that clicked for you? Was it a bike thing? Were you gelling with the team, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I think Mitch was, we're moving obstacles, and I think I was getting comfortable with the Honda, and it was a good team that year. We had
Those are
fun,
good bikes too, by the
and
way.
I was able to click off some wins, and then, I mean that was a good year. And then in outdoors, that's when I have had some knee problems. I had some knee problems in '90, and I was battling some knee problems in '91, some cartilage issues. So I had an ACL. I wasn't born with any ACLs on my knee. I still don't have them on my left
Oh,
knee.
that's awesome. You didn't have to worry
So
about
that's
messing them
the-
up then.
That saved you
Yeah,
so
so the
much
doctor
money in
like-
surgery. Like, just think all the co-pays you saved.
Whoa.
saved.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's her doctor's
so the doctor's
visits.
like, hey, we probably should put one in your right knee because you keep having problems with it. So I was out for like 2.5 months at the middle to the end of '91, which is why my outdoors were kind of.
Did
I
Dan
missed
Bentley
some
give you his
races
ACL? Like, who from Honda gave you? Like, it had to be a Honda employee kind of thing, an HR deal.
No, patella tendon. Yeah,
Lori, we're gonna need your
But-
ACL, honey. You don't need it. You're just
Yeah.
sitting at a desk.
exactly.
We kidnapped
So
somebody
that-
from the Philippines and took his ACL. But
Yeah,
He walks
there
with
you
a
go.
we're
limp.
sending you to the Philippines for ACL excursion.
This is weird. This is weird,
Yeah.
man.
Was that a timely
Crazy.
Go
recovery?
ahead, sorry.
Obviously, that's like 6 months for the average. Was it something similar like that for you, or did you kind of get back at it?
3
quickly?
months.
Oh, that's good.
3 months.
Damn, Adrian
I was
Peterson
back.
over here. Damn.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, so in 1990, I had, you remember the one Supercross they had at the Oklahoma Fairgrounds? I had knee surgery on that Monday and raced that weekend, like it just
Wow.
orthoscopic. So I've had I've had some knee stuff. So anyways, but in '91, that's kind of how my year
Hey,
ended
go
up.
back.
It started
I
out-
do.
Supercross
I
was
do
great.
remember that. Why did we go to the fairgrounds? Like, was there something going on in Oklahoma?
I don't remember, but it was like 115 degrees, and John Trubisky built the track, and the whoops
Yes.
are like 18 feet tall, and it was
Yes.
about as hard as I-95 going to Florida, and it was just an insane track. So,
Yeah, the funny you mentioned that Savitsky was the first track guru guy from back in the day. He
He
did the
was.
Paris Supercross and all that.
yeah, he
Wow.
was the man back in the day.
Hey,
but
can
that track, I think if you ask a lot of people, that track was pretty gnarly.
Damn, I think I got video. I think I posted some video of that a while back about if anybody bitches about racing, it was I feel like it was dusty and some other stuff. Like it looked like a fairgrounds race, like what you're saying.
Skimming whoops, just getting dusted out. That's,
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I know I
gnarly.
posted something about that. Did Coop actually crush it there? Guy Cooper, was he not feeling it?
I don't remember who won. I think it was either him or Bale
Yeah.
won. but I think Emig won the 125s, and I think Denny had a get off there, and I don't know. It was a. I remember it just being hot, dry, and
Miserable.
crazy track.
So
Yeah.
talk about, and I hate to even go here because I'm sure you're tired of answering questions about this guy, but I would be remiss if I didn't go, hey man, you were teammates with like the Babe Ruth of Supercross. Like dudes, like did we know, like we know what we were watching at the time. I'm like, oh, he's good. I knew what I was watching in 93 when he rattled off 5 in a row. Okay, the guy's good. But like before that, did you know who you were dealing with?
I mean, I think yeah. I mean, he always had good skill. I mean, when we were riding, he was pretty effortless, and so I think when you look at our sport, there's a lot of guys that have a lot of natural talent and fizzle out for whatever reason, and I think he was able to couple his natural talent and manage his injuries.
With
I
a
know
little
he's
bit
had
of
a
effort.
few. Yeah, and he put in some effort and made it happen. And I mean he's a great rider, and he caught the wave of confidence, and he had the skill to back it up,
And he
and
had
he
2
was in good
ACLs.
shape. Yeah, and he just started clicking wins off, and it's hard to, that's awesome. And I think for other folks that probably had similar talent, they had injuries, but that's part of our sport. I feel like everybody, I was thinking about that today, just kind of think about what questions you may answer. I mean, I think that's one of the things that is very interesting about our sport is you don't hear about NASCAR guys, unless they're in a major wreck. They're
Right.
not battling
No.
little injuries from week to week. So I think that's something that,
It's unique to our sport for sure.
Absolutely. And yeah, I think you have to manage that, and I think you have to manage confidence, and you have to be consistent, and you have to be able to. The other thing I was thinking about, and I know I'm getting a little off track here, but Alden Baker, I know he's been kind of controversial lately, but I feel like he's moved our sport forward a lot, just because back in our day there wasn't a lot of guys that lifted weights and had like a training, person that they dealt with.
With Jeff Spencer, maybe was the guy. That was it.
Yeah, I think there was a few here and there, but I'll just say for myself that I've been doing some weight training the last couple of years, and I've been riding lately with my boys, and it's helped me a lot, honestly. So I just think that's another little element. But I mean, I think McGrath, I mean, he had a great mechanic. Team Honda was a great team at that time. Skip was his mechanic. He had a great family support. And he rode well, and he deserved every win and championship that he had. And I think he just was able to take advantage of it and ride the wave. And, he didn't have a lot of injuries to battle through. I think he broke his fibula there, but when he was on the peak days, and I think it was awesome. So.
What about just give me your when I say this guy's name, just the first thing that comes to mind, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown?
Yep, you're a teammate. He's a freak of nature. I'll start there.
Freak of nature. Well, I can just remember battling Brownie at Muddy Creek, and I would go down there every time. I'd be like, all right,
good luck, dude.
About this time.
Good luck.
And that guy has that track wired.
We always said that if there's a pro national here, you're done, dude.
Yeah, I was like wide open plus, and I couldn't find any other gears to catch him. He was like gone. So yeah, I mean, no, I think Brown. When I think of Mike Brown, I think of longevity. I mean, he's had a great career in our sport. He did well at Supercross. He's done some European things, and yeah, I mean, and now he's working for a team. I mean, he's had a long career in our sport.
Still
in a lot of different facets.
Still got his ACLs.
Yeah. So when you say so when you mention longevity, Mike Brown, and then you kind of see the injuries maybe you face that may have hindered you to your top potential, and you see all these injuries happening with these kids today. What's some advice you could give them, or what's some things maybe you learned that could help you maybe have a smoother session?
Well, I think it's, in order to get faster, you have to push the envelope of your comfort zone. And I think when you're when you're pushing yourself and you're on the envelope of your comfort zone, you have to have the right technique to be able to, slide up to that next level of speed. And I think that's where the problems lie. And I think that a lot of the tracks nowadays, I think that, the jumps are bigger, but the bikes are faster. And I just think bigger things happen. So, I don't know that there is a magic answer to that. I think that I think every sport has fundamentals. And so my suggestion would be to work on your fundamentals and the speed will come. If you have bad fundamentals, there's only so fast that you're going to be able to go. And eventually it's going to bite you.
Well, we were talking about this earlier, and you kind of spoke to it a minute ago by saying the weight training made you feel better. But about how much do you think that this training and weight training and nutrition and all that has contributed to the longevity of a lot of these riders? Because now people are.
Dude, you remember in your time, 25, you were over.
Well, they made a huge deal about John Dowd that was 32. Now there are a lot of 32-year-olds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they're like, oh my God, he's 32. He should be in a wheelchair. He should, he shouldn't be. He should not have any teeth. He should have false teeth and gray hair by now. You know what I mean? Like,
forgetting things.
Well, I do think it's a huge contributor because back in the day, a lot of guys would run or they would bike.
Come on.
Maybe have some leg workout that they would do, but not really a full body, workout.
Hey, listen, Billy Robinson, those dudes were pumping iron in between
dumbbells.
motos.
Hell yeah.
Are you serious?
You saw those dumbbells. Yeah. Those things. He had like
in between races, bro.
2 plates on each dumbbell. Like 2.
If you're not throwing up 100-pound curls, I don't know what you're doing.
Saucer size plates.
Anyway,
we know that's the inspiration for the whole sport.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. But no, I think it has contributed to that. Obviously, if you have some lean muscle mass, that's going to help protect you. And,
look at Chase Sexton. Hey, here's a quick question. In a group text, and you guys all can answer this. Could Chase Sexton throw up 225 7 times? 7 times.
What's he weigh?
I don't know, 175.
I don't know that he weighs that much. I would have to say 7 times would be a push.
I was just curious. We were like, oh, he could do it. No, he couldn't do it. Like there was a very big debate.
Negative.
That dude shredded in like
7. I would say
seven's a big number. I get it.
Seven's a big number for 225. But if he was,
you don't think he weighs 175?
I mean, but still though, 175.
I don't know.
175, you're 50 pounds over body weight to do 7
big.
times. You know what I mean? So if you're 175, you're 50 pounds over your body weight. Like, if you're.
I know the combine, that's a number they use for the NFL combine.
Yeah, those guys do.
They'll rep it out 35 times, but those are ginormous human beings.
Yeah, the guys that do 30 times are
their cardio is not nearly what Chase is.
250 pounds and up. You know what I mean? They're 250 to 300 pound guys.
Minimum.
To do that.
Hey, so let's go back into this Supercross series. Are you a fan? Are you following along as Cooper?
Hey, I like the way you asked him that question, and I answered it. And we just ignored it. We didn't even give him a chance to.
Thank you. You could probably.
Hey, Jeremy, you want to just call and listen to us talk anytime?
Sorry, Jeremy, you're the most elite athlete here.
I know, you're the only real athlete in the room, and I just answered it like I was a pro.
That's a great point. Thank you. Why'd you call me out for you being the douchebag? He was doing all the talking and made me feel like an idiot. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll take that answer. Go ahead.
May have had a shot of Fireball. Maybe.
Hey, go ahead, Jeremy. Let us know what it is. What do you think about this?
225, that's legit.
Yeah.
7's a big number. I don't know. I don't know. I've never worked out with him. Maybe. Some people are super strong like that. But
he's got 7 push-ups in him for sure.
Oh, well, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah,
he's got 150.
I could throw up 225 3 times. I don't think I'd do it 7.
All
right.
Yeah.
But
you've been training? You about to
what
do?
Are we doing here?
What do you weigh now? Let's go there. What do you weigh now?
Loretta's?
What do I weigh? I don't. I weigh 192. I put on some.
See, that's closer.
Yeah.
192 with some muscle. You get it 3 times. Yeah, 7 times. Who are you arguing this with? Weege and who else?
I can't remember. I think my son, because they're throwing up around that weight, him and Grant. So
Yeah.
they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I could do, and they're about the same age as him.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious now.
Okay.
I got to get
And
Chase.
we should
to
get.
Give me
We
that.
should call him. Does anybody have his number?
Yeah.
no,
Can we
not
call
yet.
him?
I'll ask him if he makes. I'll ask him during the press conference.
Hey, could you bench press 2? We'll ask anything, obviously.
That would be the most bro question ever. Like, okay, Nick from Winter's Take Y'all.
Hey, great ride, Chase. Can
Chase,
you bench press
yeah.
225 7 times? Go.
Great ride. What do you bench, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I got a bench press. Look to your right. Oh, shit, man. He brought a bench press and he brought weights in here.
What do you bench? Do you even lift, bro?
He looks like he would go hard.
I
though.
feel like
don't
he
know.
would black out doing it. I feel like if anybody could do it, it'd be Weston Pike
Yeah.
in his prime and probably him.
You think? What if you asked Cooper and he just somehow it just happened?
And just made it
Like
happen.
there's no way he could do it,
But he just did it.
A tornado came along
And
at
it
the
helped
right
him
time
with the barometric
and it
pressure.
just like and all of a sudden
smack the whole time.
the weight just went up and down like 7
Ah,
times.
yes. If anybody could do it, that guy would do it. That freak show of a
Like-
savage competitor would do it.
Yeah, like Cooper
That's
just
funny.
finds a way with the tornado rolling through the.
So back to this series, like you have to enjoy as a fan. The banter back and forth has been fantastic between those two guys. If you even follow, do you follow? You have to.
Yeah, I do follow. Yeah. No, it's been good. I think it's been a good year. I mean, I think, early on, everybody was like, because there was a stacked field at the kickoff. I was like, oh my goodness, like there's a lot of, there's 10 guys
Potential
in there
winners,
that-
yes.
that could win. And then Eli got hurt, and
Jet Hunter.
injuries happen. Yeah, Hunter got hurt, and then you had Shimoda on the West Coast. That was a crazy thing with hitting the pit bull.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
How pissed would you have been about that?
Yeah.
Seriously?
It looked bad.
How damn mad
It
was
cost me $200,000, you bitch.
Can you
Like,
imagine? You had to tell your non-moto people like,
Come
yeah, I got
on.
hurt. What happened? Somebody hit me with a pit board.
with a chalkboard?
Yeah.
Somebody hit you with a chalkboard? Like,
You're like,
what?
the fuck? It cost me $200,000.
At minimum, bro.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Translate that to
But
the
no, I
yen.
think
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I think it's been a great. I mean, I think it's a great season. I mean, I think you got a couple guys vying for the championship, and it's not. I mean, there's been several years where it's sewed up with 1 to go or 2 to go,
I'm a fan.
and that makes it makes the last race non-eventful. And how about the East Coast? What are they all like?
Oh, they're all
8
there.
points apart
They're all
between
in.
the top 3.
It's
Yeah,
been
I mean,
it's
that's
been
like-
And you'd never know
Insane.
who's going to win.
And some of those dudes are coming off injuries and still contending for a championship in a 8-round series. That's incredible.
Hey, what do you think about gear? So just to totally switch gears on you, my brother and I were talking. He works for Parts Unlimited, and we were talking about gear and just I'm like, dude, this spandex paper thin gear they sell with like Chuck Converse shoes that are, I mean, not really. The boots are still good. I will say the boots have maintained what they should be since 1990 to now. Fucking pants
Yeah.
and jerseys are spandex, Hollister, Abercrombie and Fitch, European cut bullshit. And then your helmets are good, but like whatever is happening here in your chest and shoulders, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
what-
I mean, you're like a little bit away from wearing a yellow Tour de France jersey if you're the leader, like
seriously,
a spandex, like
it's the
super
dumbest
tight.
thing.
Yeah.
And thank God Hayden has brought back an over the
Chest
jersey
protector.
chest protector.
Yes.
We were laughing about
Yeah.
that.
It's dumb as-
actually your brother. So
My brother just broke 7 ribs at the area qualifier. I'm like, bro, and he's wearing a chest protector.
Yeah.
the other week we had what was the Jeromy jersey, the McGrath jersey we had.
The full
Yeah,
blown
we
cotton,
had the Suzuki Troy 97 number 2.
insulated, thermal.
And we were talking about how baggy y'all shit, of course, when we were not on TV, but how baggy y'all shit was compared to now.
Our shit. It was our shit. I was wearing it.
So I put on.
We're all your age, just so you know.
I'm 220
Yeah.
pounds, and I put on Jeremy's, literally his McGrath's, his jersey is dirty and had holes in it, and it fit. Like,
And it should not fit for a
there's
220
no way
pound
it
man,
should fit my 220
based on
pounds.
what
Yeah.
we wear now. So anyway, go back to gear and just in general, your thoughts on gears. Like, come on.
I think it's just a change. It's different. You're right. It's all tight and thin, and back then it was more loose.
We had
fitting.
tassels. We had
And-
tassels and we had buttons.
Zippers
Yeah.
and
You
buttons.
guys were cutting your own.
It was Michael
ventilation
Jackson.
there.
Yeah, what have you got
the
to peak?
material's really thin.
if you got to peak and they're like, okay, we got this team gear, and it was like those.
We got this Wilson's leather jacket.
Michael Jackson red jackets.
Hey, you been to the mall? We got your jersey for sale. It's a Wilson's leather jacket.
We got your.
Yes,
we got a new sponsor, but
heavy duty.
we got a new sponsor with Merry-Go-Round. Merry-Go-Round stores is our sponsor.
Hey, dude, just so you know, we're going to Detroit. It's bulletproof, dude. Boom, you can take one to the chest. You're all good, dude. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, 1990s Detroit.
Bitch ass, you want to wear that Wilson's leather jacket, player.
Yeah.
Anyway, just back to gear. Like Mike, I was like, dude,
Yeah.
what are we doing, man? Like,
Because
wear
a
a
normal
chest
human, if you're a normal human wears that gear, especially like
what are hockey goalies
couple of
wearing? They're
guys
still
are
wearing
wearing
some
the-
shit, right?
the
Like they're not
full
going,
on one piece. You know what I mean? Like a normal human looks like a damn can of biscuits, like
yes,
popping open out of that.
Stop
you know
it
what
with
I mean?
this
Like,
European
That
cut
Fox
Hollister.
speed suit is pretty weird.
Yeah, how'd that work
I
out?
mean, they've got guys like Roxon and Prado who are stylish to wear it, but
Are they
it's
still
just-
doing the speed suit?
Imagine
no.
getting in and out of that speed suit.
No, that's
How
a
do you pee
baby.
and
That's a
poop?
newborn.
I just couldn't imagine me at the races in the trailer, like putting.
All right,
on
I got
one
a shit.
piece.
I guess I'm gonna miss this race. Apparently, I just shit in a onesie, dude.
We're locked in, though. It doesn't matter.
I'm locked in. Who's doing this post race interview? Haley's like, Jesus Christ, kid, did you shit your pants? Anyway, let me.
Yeah. So back to the cool stuff. Did you hold on to some of that stuff from 91,
Yeah,
92?
good point.
That peak stuff. I have a McGrath number 17 outdoor jersey from 92. Did you hold
yeah,
it?
I've
Did you
got-
keep the kit and the lid and all that stuff?
Chest
Like I love
protector.
that stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got full outfits from 91, 92. I got our like vintage jerseys from
Oh yes.
91.
Oh, like the real Bennett,
real,
not the one
no,
you took
yeah.
the scissors to.
Don't give us
No.
give us your address because
Yeah, we will. No,
break in
Yeah,
and get
don't-
that shit.
yeah, we won't do
we will
that, but you
OJ
should-
Simpson your ass in a hotel room, player.
Yeah, we have a problem with memorabilia. You should send some of those photos to Kevin. I'd love to share them on the page. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I would ask that you take pictures of anything you have.
Yeah,
We'd
if
love
you
to
dig
post
through it.
And if you just give us your address, we'll send some folks up your way to run through your house.
Couple guys.
So yeah, I have some of that stuff. I actually have my first set of leathers that I ever the
Wow.
factory leathers. They were Fox Racing back in 1990, and
Wow.
so I've got some of that stuff, and yeah, and some. Well, my boys were messing with me because they have newer gear, and I was busting out the old Thor gear from the arena cross days. We were riding, and they're like,
The
"Dad,
Thor core
you
gear,
You
yeah.
gotta step it up, man." So,
You're
No.
embarrassing
so
me,
I broke
Pops.
down. I
Dude,
broke down and got some Alpine Star stuff. So
That looks good. I like the new Alpine Star stuff. Do you like the fit then? Are you a fan? I mean, I feel like it does feel good when you're riding. You do. You look,
it
Yep.
does. I just think the
Slim
jerseys are a little bit tighter. I just think everything's a little bit tighter. than
yeah, I had
it
chicken
has
and
been.
dumplings at Cracker Barrel. Don't judge me. You're wearing your jersey. I can see what you ate
Yeah, I
in
can
your
see your
jersey.
dumplings.
yeah.
Hey, is that a chicken wing in your
Damn,
stomach?
dude. It's too much, man. It's like I love the flowy. I like to look like I'm wearing a muumuu when I'm just flowing through the air. I don't want nobody wondering what I ate. Did you have brown rice? Yeah, dude, I did. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. Well,
Well, you remember Swingster? I mean, half the people had their jerseys untucked.
That's
By the
right.
end
Yeah,
of
he
the
did
moto.
run.
That's
like
right.
that. With the bandana, he was special.
With the back
Yeah.
plate. With the back plate too, man.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
I mean, the argument is
old
sponsors.
swingster.
It is whatever, but like, dude, you can lay that stuff out where it still looks cool and whatever. Put some stickers on that thing. Are we done with that? Like, is it putting some stickers? Is just
What was it like racing the Swingster? I want to say some days it must have been like racing Magoo back in the 80s where you were just like,
You're
holy
racing for
cow,
second.
this guy is on another level. Like, do you have a good Swingster story you could share?
Well, Brian and I mean, he was from Michigan, so we raced each
Yeah.
other a lot. Like, even when we were like
Rivals.
60s and 80s. And we were friends. But I mean, it was a good thing. And I mean, I used to go up to his house and he would come down and stay with me from time to time. But Kenworthy's was, I know that that's not a national anymore, but that was always a big race for a lot of folks from Michigan to come down. The Bowens and, Swingster and LaRocca would come down, and you'd get Eddie Warren. I mean, there's just a ton of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eddie Warren. Um, uh, it, but this was before it was a pro national because it was just a big event and it was a great track. So I feel like and I would go up to Baja and we
that
would
place
race.
is gnarly.
Yeah, that place is gnarly, and we would race in Delta, which is kind of in northern Ohio. So yeah, I mean, I think I don't necessarily know that I have a really good swing shirt story other than we just grew up battling together.
Okay.
And I mean, Todd DeHoop would come down. That was another one.
DeHoop, yeah, the DeHoopster. Yep.
Yeah. But then we would all go to Florida in the winter, and his mom, we'd have John Kitch. Kitch would come down. That's another name.
Yep. Kitsch.
We'd all be riding at Croom and staying in the campgrounds across 75, and that was the thing.
Was Ocala Hard Rock open at that point, or were you more near Croom in Dade City?
We were more near Croom and Dade City, but then Ocala opened up. I can't remember exactly what year, but
maybe 98
maybe
or 97.
It was late. Yeah. No, I think it was earlier than that. I remember riding there at 90 and 89.
Oh, yeah, wow.
So
it was
but I don't know that it's the same. But yeah, so that was kind of, I mean, there was a lot of, Jeff Stanton was down there, Newmack was down there. I mean, there was a lot of guys that went to Florida from Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, as well as, and so I feel like we actually had a hell of a good run of guys that came from the East Coast that were really good.
Yeah, that's a list of killers
out of our area
from that time.
I mean, that is a list of killers right there.
Who was in charge of the Dayglow? Because all I know is when Michigan boys and Ohio, you dudes all popped in at the Winter Ams. I'm like, damn, tough racing. What is happening? We don't have Dayglow in Georgia, bro. Get this stuff to us.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it fast
Eric
enough.
McClear,
You guys,
maybe.
Yes, Eric McClear, absolutely. DGY for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. We had Button on last week, and he was like, I'm like, yeah, I remember the DGY stuff, man. It was like popping and the colors, and that's about the time. And we sound like dorks, because I remember my first pair of purple Renthal's. My dad owned a Cowie dealership. I'm like, what is this? All we have is silver. Like, what? Are we changing stuff? Then everything, from contact paper to your own numbers to clear. Come on.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damn work to look cool.
Yeah, it was. That was crazy. Yeah, it was a big thing. So, yeah, but I was just trying to think of, I think Todd DeHoop wore gear. And who else wore gear?
Gear Raceway. That's John Ayer stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
DeHoop was the guy. There's a lot of BMX kids that wore it.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
But no, back to the swing question, I feel like there was just really, honestly, a lot of good guys from our era that helped us all be better. So, yeah.
So what are your kids doing? You're now, you're our age, so you got you probably got a grandkid, right? I got my first grandkid. It's pretty awesome.
I don't yet, actually. My oldest is 27. He is an iron worker, and he's a connector in the union, and he loves to ride dirt bikes. And he's the driver of all things dirt bikes. He's like, Dad, where are we going this weekend? We got 3 open practices. Let's pick a place.
Nice.
So I kind of looked into your deal, in terms of your kids were into gymnastics, and my kids were into baseball. My kids could care nothing about baseball. We've come dirt bikes. My kids have come full circle, and they're all into dirt bikes now. So we're texting every weekend. It's kind of cool to share what we love with our kids now. You get to actually ride with them. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, really, it has been. We went to Nashville, the last Supercross that was there.
Oh,
my oldest
nice.
was like, Dad.
K-Rock blows
It's one of my
up.
favorite ones, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, Dad, we're all getting older, and we need some dirt bikes right now. Let's go do it. So within a matter of 3 weeks, we had 3 used CRF 250Rs.
Dude,
cool. We've been riding ever since. So
no way.
How fun is that? So now they finally get to go. All right, well, I'll challenge the old man. Dude, don't make me. I can dig into 91, bro. I can dig into race pace for a minute. They don't want any of that, right?
No, they don't want to hear that.
Hell no. That's what's up.
It's been fun. It's been fun though, because they're just like, Garrett. Right. I mean, my oldest Garrett, I feel like he's kind of really enjoys it, and just asks a lot of questions. So it's pretty fun. You know, like when he watches me ride and I watch him ride, and I can give him some pointers and stuff like that. And my middle son Grant, he likes to ride, but not as much as Garrett. And then our youngest Gavin, he's looking to get to KTM, so he's going to get another bike. So, and I'm trying to land a Works 450. So I can get to Loretta's next year, maybe. So
here we
I
go.
The question joking earlier.
Dude, Jeromy, I announce Loretta's every
over
year.
50 and feeling froggy.
Bro, if you get to Loretta's, I'm gonna wear you out on the mic.
Oh, yes.
Because I announce it with Wygant and a few other guys, and
not
it would be
kidding.
my privilege to have you up there and just bring you up, because like you're one of the more elusive guys that kind of, you came in, got out, and you just kind of did your own thing.
Yeah.
40 plus last year was stacked.
We would
too.
love to see you at Loretta. How old are you now?
I am 52, so I would be.
Oh, he's my age.
53
You're my
next
age.
year.
You got a podium in you.
Class of
That's
91,
what you're
baby. Let's
saying.
go. 90210.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
I grew up with Brandon Walsh. What's up?
Yeah,
We graduated in
that's
91.
right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know who was there at Loretta's, of all things, was Dylan McKay.
Perry?
Nobody.
Dylan?
Dylan McKay was
Luke Perry
Perry
from 90210.
from 90210. I went year for year with Brandon Walsh and his sister all the way. My freshman year
way.
was the same year as 90210. But anyway, so Jamie from Thor, who is still with KTM, and God, what's his name from MX Sports, and now he's with the AMA. Anyway, he was there. I'm like, dude, do you see who that is? He goes, that's fucking Dylan McKay, dude. So we went over and talked to him. It's like, he died later on. A few years after playing Lane Frost. But I'm like, what are you doing here? He goes, my kid he's 14 and loves dirt bikes. We just
way.
popped in. He's just on the fence line watching. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's what we need. That's what we were talking about earlier. We need big stars to go to. Make
Yeah.
it
What
move.
about Thor? Did you see that?
No?
The guy that plays Thor, the Australian dude.
Hemsworth? Yeah.
His son had his first race this past weekend. He videoed it. It's all on Instagram or whatever. So yeah,
We need to get that dude in Supercross.
right.
He draws some attention, son. He's
Right.
like a super
Kind of a
human-
big deal, right?
kind of a beautiful superhuman man.
Beautiful,
you know what I mean?
gorgeous.
Like that's that F1 style.
Yes. All right. Well, Jeromy, we're going to let you go, man. Thanks for being on. I know you're probably like, all right, why do they want to talk to me? But like, we're your age, so we get it. Like we were following right along.
No.
Dude, hey, no, I tell you what.
And now if you make
I'm
Loretta's,
I'm
bro.
not their age. I'm going to make a clear distinction.
he is
here.
not. He's
I grew up idolizing you, dude. 1995 when I started with Tough, and you got on the deal in '96. My dad was all about Jeromy Buehl, Jimmy Gaddis, all those guys. So it was an honor to talk to you, man. Thanks for your time, and it's cool to kind of pick your brain about those '90s.
Tell your kids you are cool. You still got it, man.
Yeah,
Don't let them.
if they don't believe you, I'll tell them.
Yes. Listen to the interview, man.
Hey, and Loretta's. If you come to Loretta's, that's gonna be so.
Please
awesome.
come.
Well, my hope and my goal is that Garrett and I are both going to try to qualify. Well, I mean, so I'll be in the 50 plus, and he's going to do maybe
25?
the C class. I don't know. Yeah, so or maybe
Nice.
25 plus.
Try
So we'll
both.
see.
Try both. Yeah.
So there you go.
Awesome,
That's
man.
awesome.
Well, happy trails, safe travels, and get there safely. And dude, if we see a BUEHL,
Yeah.
we're coming.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right,
Thanks,
man.
Jeremy.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks, dude.
See ya.
Love you.
Have a good night. All right.
All right, he didn't say it, but dude, that was awesome. He laughed so hard, dude. What a fun, inconspicuous interview! Like,
Yeah.
he was giggling so hard. It's just so dumb.
You know that just struck you. I love you. He's like, what the fuck?
Whoa! All right, I guess I don't know what I'm doing here. See at Loretta's, this is weird. Like, now what are we?
I hope he
sharing?
thought it was Jake. This
Love you,
man-
Jake.
It's
Because
like,
Jake
this
had
guy
already.
is creeping me
Jake
out.
had fanboyed out on him a little bit. So
yeah.
I really.
he's like, man, there's some kid from up here that
I don't know,
listened
man.
to was
He's
all
like
a
my
fan.
son's age, dude. It's gonna be weird. Look, we're not going.
He's telling me he wants to meet him. I
So
don't know.
weird.
He's breaking in my house, trying on all my shit.
So weird. Yeah, he's got my
This is
jersey
your
on.
fault
He's,
for letting me
Hey,
know.
would
would you marry me if I was wearing this jersey? What are you doing?
I wore your
dude?
jersey to this show. You can't see it right now, but in a couple weeks I'll send
How'd you
a
get
link
my
to it.
house, you weirdo?
He's got a picture.
How many jerseys do you have at the
We have a
house?
picture of Jake in his house with his big baggy jersey.
I did see he did a road to recovery, and he did. I don't know if it was him personally, but he gave away one of those Peak Honda jerseys.
Dude, you
I was
think
like,
Like
dang.
those are so elite.
Not gave it away,
Yeah.
but they are the cream
So
of the
hard to
crop,
find.
right?
Oh yeah.
Like So Jake, let's dive into your world, like jerseys and like top 5, not your favorite, but the most elite, hard to find. Number 1.
I think that a Bob Hanna jersey is one of the hard. No, actually, no. A Danny Magoo Chandler jersey is one of the hardest of all time. I think.
Don't we have a Magoo helmet in here, or is it a
yeah? We do actually. That was my first video ever. After I met you guys, I pulled that down, and that was that's a real Magoo.
So you're thinking
he signed it before he passed.
So Bob Hanna 100, an HRP 100 kind of.
The HRP, I ran across those. I had those, but I just think.
You have those?
I had the Bob Hanna #1 Lightning jersey. I traded it.
All right, so I'm going to put some. Yeah. I'm going to put a few
too young
things
for this. I'm going to interrupt for a second.
I can't give you off the rattle, but
Jake's a little too young for it. But when the HRP Flak Jack came out, Jake,
I just talked to my brother about this. I said, "Do you break 7 ribs?" Kyle broke 7 ribs this weekend. Do you break 7 ribs? He goes, "No, I deflect 9 bullets. I don't break any ribs." Hell no, you don't break a rib with an HRP.
I remember.
You may break some other thing. You may break your forearm from hitting it and wrapping around it.
My buddy that raced.
Oh yeah, because they had.
But they were so wide.
Too.
The first one I had was the XL. I couldn't even do this.
My buddy that I
It was
raced
so
with,
wide. It was so
It's
big.
doing a bench press.
It was way wide.
His parents would buy him
I'm doing
shit.
flies.
Like they had some money for our little town, and so he would got like he had a new 86 KX 125, and I remember he got a clear Flak Jack HRP Flak Jack
With black.
No, it had
or
the
silver
blue that matched his KX. And it was
what a dick,
dude! I was so pissed. Like I was so jealous of that.
I asked Kyle. I said,
I had a cloth Sensalo.
Yes, it's literally just a piece of heavy, thick.
Yeah,
it's not
it's
even.
like I was wearing a carpet.
No, an umpire and a catcher have way more material.
Yes,
protecting them.
And he
than
had
you.
that flak jacket.
Like where we've gone, like why people like, and I didn't even know this. Kyle goes, yeah, they're making the youth. Like whatever a youth is AMA, you have to wear a chest protector. Period. Any AMA qualifier, good.
That's because of like Lazy River and the
just not
incidents,
why.
Yeah, I mean,
why are you not wearing that?
Or Dade City last year, man. It's a scary place. But
this is how bad of the sport. Like
Nick, you need to wear one.
I know I do.
Your titties ain't. I know you think when you crash, you're like, I'm gonna flex so hard, I'm gonna fight off a handlebar.
Did you see the?
I gotta start wearing one.
Yes,
they were,
but it was late.
It was
those things are not
after impact.
They're not done.
That
yet.
was not test.
No.
I crashed at Dade City, and they billed me for what I did to the track.
Yes, you messed the road up, the fence, and a tree, and
I went over the bars.
I had an arborist over there. Like he owes me $1,200, dude. I gotta attach a limb to this tree. Like where am I gonna get a?
Yeah.
That's why you always get the insurance.
The arborist limb insurance.
But yeah, I think everybody, you should, especially kids, should wear one.
While we're talking about injuries.
because
no, everybody.
We're talking about this, and I have the same chest protector Kyle has.
Why are you not wearing it?
Well, evidently it sucks because Kyle broke all his ribs.
Yeah, he goes, I will not wear that soft ass bullshit.
And I got
it's
mine,
squishy.
I got mine because of him, so that one sucks.
No, wear a dumb, over the top, standard issue, just a chest protector.
I can tell you this, and
they're coming. Kyle says, and this is coming from a Parts Unlimited guy. He goes, dude, I'm selling more of those things than you can get your hands on.
Dude, I've got
fucking wear them.
Because Aiden Deegan's wearing them.
Yeah,
that's a huge part of it.
But
absolutely,
the kids are wearing them again.
I snow skied when I was a kid, and then it was like motocross. I took a break from everything for like 20 years. And so
he just made love. There are so many Nick Blackmans running around. You don't even know. Thank you. He populated half of North America for this.
I was populated 2 small South American countries
for sure.
Yeah, and
there are Polynesians running around looking like this guy.
But so when I like snow skiing this week, I promise yesterday, I mean
12 hours ago,
I am the only, and my wife gets so damn mad at me. I'm the only guy on the mountain with no helmet. Like if I go out there,
are you Sonny and Cher? Like when are we? Why?
Chances you hitting your head are so slim.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like. I've been skiing 15 days this year and I fell once.
Oh.
And that was
so. There will be a show where we have a ski to recovery show, not a road recovery. It's a ski to recovery show for Nick fucking Blackman.
Those helmets are hot and they look dorky.
Oh, they're hot. They're hot.
So,
this you're on a mountain. There's snow. You freaking kidding me?
I did fall yesterday and I slid. It was like a groomed black slope, and it was pretty. I know it was kind of they were annoyed. There's a lot of blacks at Copper. mountain. A lot of blacks at Copper Mountain. They're like, I mean, they don't groom. You know, they're pretty ungroomed. I mean, it's annoying how many there are. And so I fell on one of those slopes, and I slid. I mean, I slid no less than 100 yards. No, like
thankfully,
it probably 20
that's
miles
probably what
an hour.
saved
25. I don't know how fast you slide down a fucking steep slope.
40 miles an hour.
But I eventually just had to start gradually touching my feet to the. And all our friends from Colorado, Cliff, and I know all you're going to be laughing your ass off at me about this, but I eventually started like feathering my feet into the ground to get me slowed down.
Good
doggy paddling it.
Oh,
so,
dude,
hey,
I left a ski.
Listen,
80 yards up the mountain.
So all you dipshits, why are you not? Your chest is better. We've developed chest over the last 10 years to handle crashes, whoops, handlebars, all that stuff. We're good.
Yeah, I get. I mean to wear my chest protector every time. I really do.
Cool.
But I want another one because, like the one I bought because Kyle had sucks.
All right, let's not do that.
We should talk some current events. We got a bunch of racing coming up.
Go.
A bunch of stuff.
Go.
So this weekend we got 7X round 3.
SEVMX.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys say it.
Southeastern Vintage Motocross Series.
And dude, it's a thing now. It's
Mineral
not just vintage. It's everything.
Yeah,
but it's a good
modern,
scene.
vintage.
Like if you go there and you've ever raced or you haven't raced, you'll find somebody to talk to. You'll find there's a million people that are super into it. You will have a good time there. Like there's no way
for sure.
I mean, you're going to enjoy yourself.
This weekend where?
That's Fannin
County Motocross, which is up.
And then there's also
northern
the
part of our
Loretta
county
qualifier at Monster. So you'll see the Grants and Reeds of the world at the qualifier. I'll be there helping out Shay and Monster. So excited to do that. That'll be a big weekend for them.
Hey, you're shooting video. If anybody wants any video of that.
Yeah, there's a couple spots. If you guys want to hit me up, I'll be out there all weekend.
I can tell you this. If you're thinking about getting video shot, let Jake shoot it. As far as motocross goes,
dude, he'll make you look so good. If you're slow as hell,
look so good.
He'll take the shittiest version of you.
He edits out the shitty parts.
Sometimes for Nick, I even do like a 3X, like enhanced speed, just to make sure that he's on point. But he always looks fast.
Dude.
Yeah, look, I'm not fast, but he makes it look.
It's no way
it's
an
the
XR
most
is
beautiful
gonna
starts. Yeah.
I
find a guy next to him that's effing up, so he looks even better. Like,
yeah,
I know the tricks, guys.
I'm gonna get Jake. I'm just gonna have Jake follow me around all the time to shoot video of everything I do.
Yeah.
At his house, making love, like watch his hips, like whatever.
240 frames.
Like
guys.
I want a slow
4K.
motion of me buying
Super
blueberries
slow-mo.
at Publix. Like, have a good day, sir.
And then we got maybe a week, or I think that there's something going on with Verb, right? They're doing the Smoke Ridge at Oak Hill.
Yep.
Right?
Oak Ridge.
At Oak Ridge.
Two-stroke thing,
Yeah.
yep.
Doing
Where's
a
Oak
two-stroke
Ridge
thing.
No way near thousands of miles. Idaho, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mistaked. I thought it was Oak Hill. And then the following week going to be Two-Stroke Time Machine 7X at Monster. That's a big weekend for us. We're going to have
May
17th and 18th.
18th.
Yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of stuff going on, guys. So we got a bunch of sponsors helping out for the raffle. One of the local kids, Caden Taylor, got injured, so we want to help him out. It's not looking great for him, but we're hoping for a speedy recovery. He injured his T4 and 5, so he's paralyzed currently. We're just trying to get him back on his feet. So all the proceeds from the raffle will go to him. We really want to help out him and his family. That kind of pulls at the heartstrings. I was a close local kid for Monsters, so yeah, a bunch of racing, and then in June we have Barber now. So Ellen,
they gave us
officially
dates?
June 7th.
first week of June. So and then they go back in November
After our
again.
race. Yep.
Yeah, Great Escape,
After
October
the Great
17th.
Escape. Awesome.
Ooh, we're stacked.
You know
We
what?
got a bunch going on.
I think the Southeast qualifier might be June 7th
Southeast qualifier for what?
for Loretta's
No, we're already doing.
Oh
regionals,
yeah,
by
you know
the way.
what? They're going to Lazy River next weekend, for a
weekend.
qualifier too. Yeah, there's just a ridiculous amount of
I think
racing.
there's I think the Southeastern Regional at Axton.
Now that may be a regional, yes, but not a qualifier.
Yeah, no, it's a regional. It might be that same weekend. And then we got Monster Mammoth after that.
Yeah.
John better figure it out.
I'm just buying his tickets. I'm going to
Dude,
buy.
hey, you owe me $1,100.
I told him I want a copy of his license and his wife's license. I'm just going to buy the tickets.
Good man.
And
Good man.
to Kurt Nickel and tell him to get a fucking
Get the
bike.
bikes.
Let's go.
Done. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks to Jeromy Buehl, man. What a fun time. Like,
Good dude.
Yeah, he's cool.
And fast. Just think about it. I mean, forgetting all the other great races he won and placed, the dude won Daytona.
Underrated,
bro.
for
He was
sure.
at
He won
Loretta's.
a lot.
and then he gets third in the Supercross series the next year, gets signed by Mitch, gets second at Daytona. Come on.
Rattles off a few wins.
Yeah, that's awesome.
John's not here. We're at his house. We're about to go try on a bunch of his clothes.
Yeah, we're going to eat some of his food. Like, we'll be in his bed.
What if he just comes in, we're all sitting in his bed watching TV, eating bonbons?
Hey, shh. That's the best part. Yeah. All right, thanks to Jason Crane as well, man. Craney, he loves you, dude. Big fan.
I love him too.
I know you do. He's a big fan of yours.
He was crushing. He told you you loved him. That was special.
that's
Before we even got him.
Thanks to our sponsors. Say it.
All right, we've got Premier Vapor Blasting. We've got Richard Hart. We've got Tim Glasspool. We've got
Phoenix Handlebars.
Phoenix Handlebars. Thank you. We've got
Skin
more
on
in the
Skin.
works.
Skin on skins, pork skins, rhino skins, helmet skins, spoke skins. We got all the skins, lamb skins.
We got skin in the game.
We got shirts and skins.
Skin on skin or it ain't going in.
That's right.